Solved. All right.
Then it's still hello.
Hey, everybody.
There's a little bit of panic running through the group, but hello and welcome back to our 8th episode, and should be our final, unless I am once again a horrible miscalculator of time, but we should be wrapping up this session. But before we kind of get into recaps and all that, we're just going to take a moment to sort of introduce everybody. I will start with myself. I am Foozca. I am the DM here for Difficult Terrain, as well as this wonderful little adventure called Task Team M. And I'm very excited and nervous. I am going to pass it on to my very chatty Nenners, who's very stressed.
I'm stressed. I've been lied to, and this is kind of where we're at right now. I'm playing the overwhelmed and slightly panicky Merp, who is trying to figure out an engineering way to remove his paladin friend who's currently being bitten and drowned by rats.
Yep.
I wonder if he has a hydrophobic potion he could just throw at her, but we'll figure that out later. Anyway, that's me. Wish us luck. Foos, I would have rolled healer if you didn't lie to me.
I didn't lie to you. Who are you passing it on to, Dennis?
Oh, Anita.
Hey, that's me. Hi, everybody. Anita here. I am Anita. I use she, her pronouns, and I shall be playing Karen tonight, the Tabaxi housewife / monk that has trained extensively in Zumba. And we're going to punch a demon lord in the face today, hopefully. Or we're going to get our soul sucked, and not in the fun way. Yeah, I guess. Am I supposed to say anything else? Find me on Twitter at Anita the Lesbian and TikTok at Anita the Lesbian. Keep an eye out for Girls Run These Worlds. I'm going to be spending my entire Thursday on their channel. Like this upcoming Thursday, December 1st at 2 o'clock, I will be in a D&D 5e Humblewood.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name of it. I'm gonna be a goat named Billie Jean. I'll get mad and I'll hit stuff. And after that, we'll be in Mater Earth, where I'm GMing a little Invincible Sword Coven game. We're siblings. We're mad. We're avenging the death of our immortal mother. It's fun. It's a time. Check out Girls Run These Worlds, like our Twitch channel and our YouTube channel, where like sometime in the near future, Foozca's Claws of Cosvena adventure is going to be live, and I'll also be in that because girls run my world.
Hey!
I don't. They have my whole schedule on lock. Aside from Foozca, because Foozca's the best. And with that, I'm a toss it off to someone that is also the best. I'm just surrounded by the best here. That's what happens when I'm this awesome. I love that for me. And another awesome person that is definitely going to get out of drowning and smite some stuff today. Is Vogel. Vogel, take the mic.
Thank you. That's lovely. My name is Vogel, or Vogelstadel. I don't mind which one, whatever is your vibe. I play Helkatla, the changeling paladin, who is, as we've said, is currently drowning, and Nenners always has to pick up the bill for me regarding that. And we'll see how it goes, because she's in full plate mail. Or full, is that a thing? Plate mail?
You're in chain.
Oh, chainmail, full chainmail. That's where that comes from. I use she, her pronouns, and I don't do any extras other than stuff on Foozca's channel. So I'm going to say follow Anita's stuff and also follow Joe's stuff. And Joe, take it away. You've got stuff to talk about.
All right, I'm gonna take it away. I'm gonna pack it up and send it away, and where I guess we're done because I'm removing it. I'm Joe. I'm a beard that wears a man and plays Dungeons and Dragons a lot. I play on Sundays with Dispel Logic on Twitch, and it's a fun time there. Dispel also does Fridays. I'm not in that one, but it's also good. You can find me on Twitter at Anita Lesbian and TikTok at Anita Lesbian. Just don't tell Anita because I haven't been discovered yet. So it's gonna really ruin a good thing I've got going. But tonight I am playing Noel, the soon-to-be coup de grace Minotaur Ranger Professorman, who is enthusiastic about life and adventure and less enthusiastic about his imminent demise. But we just soldier on until we can't no more. So that's me. I'm a kid. Say things.
All right, I will say things. Hello, call me Kid. I am once again the guy without the camera. I am currently playing Bert, who is being formed by rats, but he don't give a fuck. We'll see how this ends up. It's been a lot of fun. I'm happy that I had a chance to play with you guys. And yeah, that's all I really got to say there.
I'm also happy you got a chance to play with me.
Yes.
Got him. No.
Oh, it has been wonderful. And in a way, I'm excited that we made an extra episode out of this, but at the same time, this does need to wrap up in a neat bow, hopefully. So we will be doing our best to do that. And the first thing we have to do is finish this combat. So I will run through a recap of where we have left our heroes, and then we will get started. So after sort of gearing up and reconvening with Mukami, the woman who had initially sent them out on this mission to investigate strange rats. The team was gifted about 5 or so magic items as well as potions, and spread out between all of you, they all seem to be based on survival. She seemed very concerned about your well-being, but did mention that there's a possibility that help might be on the way. But I sent you off, and after meeting with Hinga, the native of Kimathe Kimane, who was transformed into a rat humanoid who fought you about 2 or 3 times in a very short period of time that night, and you revealed to be a human sort of under the influence of Chitterick after removing an invisible helmet. But wanting to help you as best he could, he did remember the ways through the underground sewers that seemed to sort of magically shift and alter to purposefully get someone lost. But he led you directly to where the Demon Lord seemed to have been hiding. And with a relatively narrow open passageway, he said that was as far as he was going and turned and left. And the group, fitting one person at a time, kind of emptied out into this room with various floating platforms and just sort of surrounded by water, with a large apparatus that sort of continues to spin and twist in the background. You guys also kind of recognize that just seems to be a collection of souls of some kind. And Chitterick, the Demon Lord, seems to be pulling from it, sometimes when he attacks or sometimes when he seems to move. But with Chitterick at the top talking some shit and immediately getting hit because Anita walked up and, or Karen, walked up and punched him in the face, did awesome, blew through all of his legendary resistances. He has none left. We are going to be picking up this fight after, we started, I think we got like 3 or so rounds in, but we're going to be finishing this up. I'm going to move us to the map and just kind of remind everybody of things that are going on currently. And if there's anything I forgot, please feel free to let me know. But going from bottom to top, I will also mention the rats that you guys see in the water. All the ones that do not have the eye symbol on them are currently like in waiting. They're not active at the moment. They just seem to be hiding in the water. And because of a lantern that Merp has, you guys can see them because he's magically revealing anything in that area. So you can see them. They're not actively engaged, however. Merp is looking probably pretty frantic over Helkatla as those two are down on that left side. Helkatla is in the water after being dragged in by one of the rats, and the one with the eyeball is currently trying to drown her. But she is a very strong girl and did not get drowned, so she's just in the water, but he is actively trying to pull her down, and she resisted the first round. So moving our way up, currently On the right side, Karen is kind of off from the team a little bit, just kind of recuperating and getting some hit points back, and doing a fucking sick ass catching the arrow, the bolts from healing from Merp. So she's received a few heals from herself and from teammates, but she's off in that corner. In the center, we have Bert, the barbarian, who is swarmed by a bunch of rats and doesn't seem to mind. He's winning that fight. The rats have very substantially kind of gone down in numbers, but they're still attempting to swarm him. And at the very, very top, we have the precarious situation, which is Noel, who has been knocked prone with a swarm of rats on top of him and the demon lord standing over him as well. So I think that's... Yes, correct. You dropped your sword because the rats ran under your feet. Correct. Also, just other things to remember. I think Halkatla, you put the you have the Shield of Faith on Karen, if I remember correctly. So that is still up.
I do. I mean, I hate to say this, but I don't. I made my Constitution saving throws for that, right? I don't.
I believe you did.
Okay.
If you didn't, then it's cool. Don't worry about it. Because I do remember asking about it, but I don't remember if it was the whole time.
A very recent con save when I scroll up.
That's why I'm like, you're probably okay. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. If anything changes, then I'll let you know. But you still have
I'm
that
also
going?
still concentrating on Hunter's Mark. But we'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Because when you got knocked over, I don't think it did damage. It was just to like fuck you up. Okay, so I think that's it for concentrations and things that we otherwise kind of carried into this next this top of the round. But at the top of the round, we are going to start off our combat with Bert, the barbarian, who is currently swarmed by rats. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, once again, we are going to do the reckless attack.
Let's go.
And we are going to, that means we got a normal back from disadvantage. And we are going to start swinging on the rats.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Why do you have disadvantage, though?
Because the rats are like on him and he's using a very large weapon and it's kind of like hard to get in there.
Yeah, I know. Do I hit myself?
Yeah, exactly. The fact that he whittled down the numbers probably makes it even harder too, because there's fewer. But yeah, just a flat roll because of your reckless attack.
Mm-hmm. So rolling.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay.
One more.
No, you don't need it. You killed this swarm of rats. How would you like to murder these guys?
Okay. Once again, I'm assuming that some of it is from the axe, but most of it, I think, is going to be from stomping like crazy. Just like.
Nice. Yeah, and like all of the rats, as you're starting to do this, start to kind of like hit the ground and like twist in very unnatural ways, almost like it's sort of having a seizure before they seem to kind of melt into the stone around you and kind of seem to be dispersing a bit. But you have killed that. You still have the rest of your action, movement, and a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you can see the battlefield, you can see, you probably can't really get a good idea of where Noel is. You just know there's a swarm of rats over somebody. And Merp looks concerned a little bit further down.
Okay.
And Karen seems to be okay.
I hate to say this, but he would run towards his buddy.
All right.
Which buddy? Oh, buddy. Merp, obviously.
His buddy.
I forgot some of us had super special friends. I was like, well, we're all buddies. What are you talking about?
We're all friends here.
No, I was just like,
He
very
would run
useless
towards his
information. You're going to run
friend
in a direction.
I'm assuming he would run towards his friend and try to like help out over there however he can. I don't know how he can do it though. This form right here, is it going to be attacking Halkatla in a minute or no?
From just the way they're positioned, you can see that they tried.
Oh shit. Okay. So yeah, he would try to get over there and lessen the burden. Right. I'm assuming we're going to use this my last attack roll on these guys.
Yep, and it's advantage because you reckless attacked on your first attack, so it works for the rest of your turn.
Oh,
so
okay. One more.
You have advantage.
1 segundo.
Get him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hola, Santa Maria de Guadalupe. 19.
Yeah, that hits.
You said that so fast.
Okay, hold on. Buckley's like, I don't know what you said. That's awesome.
Only Saint Mary, I said.
I know, I appreciate
true.
it. It's freaking fantastic.
All right. Nice hit as you come down, just cleaving rats out of this pile of like the swarm, essentially. They seem shocked to see you, but they are still okay. But you just take a good chunk out of them. I don't know if you have a bonus. Sorry, say again.
Birds say hello. That'll be it.
Love it. All right. So that being the end of your turn, that brings us to Karen.
All right. So this was like fun yesterday, right? Like
Yep.
there was
Everything
somebody
Karen
messing
said,
with
no.
Oh, whoops.
there was somebody messing with people's sleep, so we went into the sewers and we jumped someone, and that was fun. And now there's a demon lord, and though this isn't like the worst demon lord Karen's ever seen, like this demon lord packs a punch.
Sure does.
So I think that Karen, I think that she is going to look over. I think that she would notice that like Helkatla's drowning and was probably going to try and like run over there to like help pull her out of Ratman number 2's grip. But we got a super strong guy over there. Like I'm pretty sure that Bert can handle it. So I think Karen is going to yell to Bert, save Helkatla, before trying to like muster up her strength. She's still poisoned. But she's going to try to push through it and start moving, jumping up here for 5, then 10, then 15, then this jump is 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's easy for boots for the leg warmers of jumping boots with Karen.
Yep.
Gosh. My dude is prone on the ground, yeah?
Yeah, honestly, you probably see like the extremities of Noel and then just the swarm of rats on top of him.
Okay, so this is probably not enough to give me advantage from
no,
threatening.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's not a threat to Chitterick right now.
But we're gonna try something weird.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're
Love
going
weird.
to
Yes.
Actually no, let's not try anything weird. Let's do the tried and true.
No.
We've got disadvantage, but we've made it work. We've made it work before, so hopefully we can make something work here. Karen's a little scared, but we got it. We got disadvantage clicked because poisoned.
Unfortunately,
now
yeah.
we're going to roll quarterstaff stuff. Two-handed. That probably doesn't do it.
No, unfortunately, 16 misses.
Okay. We roll again.
There is inspiration.
I forgot to announce
we
the
do.
inspiration holders. I'm sorry. Anita and Nenners, you have inspiration for this session. Okay, I'm done. Carry on. Thank you, Buckley.
Welcome.
One more time. Nope.
No,
That's
I'm
a
sorry.
17. We have a bonus action, unarmed strike. And we're gonna use it.
Let's go.
No. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Karen
sorry.
is like starting to get worn down. And yeah, we use like 35 feet to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do 40, 45, 50.
Okay.
And leave their threatened range, perhaps?
Were you the reason he couldn't react before because you were hitting him with things?
Yeah, I took away his reactions, definitely.
Okay. How long does that last?
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if that ends like if that's the start of your next turn, or I don't know what that is.
let
You don't
me
mind.
click the thing.
Yeah.
Open hand technique.
Yes, there it is. Until the end of your next turn. You're good. Don't worry. Carry on.
Okay. Never mind. I'm trying to
Yep.
draw an opportunity attack, so I'm gonna go here, like with my 50, and that's in the rat's threatened range, right? So we take it from there, and we step back to 55. Can I get an attack of opportunity?
I don't know if it can reach you technically, just because this is like a crater. This is a giant hole in the ground, so it's kind of hard for them to reach over it.
Dang.
Tactics are sound. Map is not helping you right now.
Okay. So we're gonna take it back. We were at 35.
We're going back here.
Get advantage. Fuck them up.
Yeah, we're. Yeah. All right, we're at 35.
Are you gonna stay there?
We're going to jump down here. And that should be like that should only be 5 feet because I'm like falling straight down.
Yeah, you're 40, fine with that. Exactly.
45, 50, 55. Let's get some cover from breath weapon.
Okay, you're just like ducking behind this thing. That's awesome. All right. So when you came up and sort of unleashed your attacks, which you're usually dead on with, each time you went to go strike, you saw him kind of like ducking out of the way. And each time he seemed to do so, it looked like a soul or spirit was kind of floating out from just around him as he seems to be kind of conjuring them. And it almost heartbreakingly, you felt yourself kind of punching and hitting souls that were screaming as you were hitting them instead, and just kind of pulls away from you and but that was your action and bonus action, I believe.
Action, bonus action, and movement. Can I make a saving throw at the end of my turn?
Yes, yes, you can.
Not be poisoned.
Yes, you can. Constitution.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure poison doesn't affect saving throws. I'm pretty sure.
No, it does not. It's only like attack rolls and.
This is normal. Let's get a normal success here. We got it.
Let's go. Yeah! All right. You are no longer poisoned.
Karen sort of like sees that like very frightening like defense that this rat guy has going on, like is feeling like really disappointed in herself because like the leader needed her, and she really like did a couple things and just was like nope, dipped, runs behind cover, and I think she'll just like
cough it out.
Pop up a fur ball with like a bunch of like writhing souls like stuck in the fur. And she's just gonna like do a little shiver and sort of try to steady herself for the next round.
All right. With that very eventful round, we go to Chitterick's turn, who at the moment has a very large target in front of him and surrounded by rats. Noel, the only time you get any kind of clear picture is when Chitteric's soul-encrusted, flaming face comes down in your direction to come bite you. They only ever
the
seem to
rats
clear out.
give him partial
They
cover.
do not. Unfortunately, they do not. Unfortunately, they are moving out of the way every time he comes in. But he's going to go for his first bite because he has 2. I believe a 29 will hit.
Yep.
Oh my god, 2 natural ones on that second damage roll.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Praise Jesus. So with that first bite, as he tries to kind of like sink into you, no, I don't know if you want to say you kind of like maneuvered in some way to take a little less damage, or
I mean, I just got a forearm up, so it's like the back of his, like the jaw, so like most of his teeth are past flesh.
right.
So it's just sacrificial
Just
arm.
sinks into you, and while he's there, just kind of sits there and talks with his mouth kind of around you, but in your mind, you instead hear telepathically, I'll give you an opportunity to make this interesting for me. You're a delicious target right in front of me. Vote with your eyes. You or one of your friends. Because either way, I'm taking someone to the abyss with me.
The fuck?
Well, it's a bit awkward, but I'll have to opt for Wrighton because we will be sending you there alone.
Love it. He's taking a second bite. Oh shit, does the 17 hit you?
It's not, and even better does not, because he hit me once, which means I'm prepared for it. So my AC
That's true, because
is 22 on the second account.
Mhm.
I don't even hit normal rolls, so get Ben.
let's go. So how do you want to describe defending the second bite? It doesn't even hit you.
Essentially, it's just I kind of like lean into the rat swarm and just kind of like it's the rat equivalent of like the after image from anime. It's just a quick roll where it's just shit, that's just rats.
Just rats. Chitterick like emerges from the rat like pile with one of the rats in his mouth and just like throws it out.
Does Chitterick roll damage against the rats?
Shit.
I don't think he's
You know
doing
what?
damage off my flavor. That's not fair.
I don't. Yeah, he's not gonna do it off the flavor. However, I love the idea of that so very much. That was fantastic. And unfortunately, they don't really do damage to each other. But anyway, that was his. That was his action. Those were his actions. He does have. Oh, he's not gonna do that yet. Okay. He's gonna stay there. He's just gonna kind of loom over you, so like kind of looking through the rats at you. Every now and then, you get like a brief glimpse of his face just staring down at you. But he will end his turn there. And Noel, it is your turn. You're prone, no weapon, mad rats.
Okay, I would first like to grab my weapon.
You can... give me a quick investigation, just because you're surrounded by rats.
Okay, I don't need it. I would like to then
You're just grabbing a handful of rats.
get to a knee.
Okay, that's no problem.
And if the rat's preventing me from attacking him easily, is this a disadvantage situation?
No, no, they do not. They simply just kind of inhabit your space, but they don't like. You're not considered blinded or anything.
All right. Well,
You can hit him with your horns.
get bent, nerd. I'm never unarmed, so
There you go.
I will instead do a little bit of that. Oh, the damage is not applied properly. Let
You
me fix
can't. I don't think you can like do Great Weapon Master with.
Oh, I forgot that
strength.
was ticked. Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, why does that
Yeah.
look wrong?
No, I
But you can
forgot
do-
that was
That's
ticked.
+5, so that's
Fucking good looking out. So that would
is
be a
19
plus.
to hit.
It'd be a +4. Yeah, 19.
It would
is
be a +5
exactly-
because it was -5.
Good save. Good save.
Yeah.
It is
So instead of
exactly.
oh no, I see what you're saying.
It's yeah. The difference would be a 4. You're all set. It's okay.
My brain has caught up.
Yep. 19 is literally the number you need to hit him. So your horns land. Okay, no Great Weapon Master, right? Or I'm assuming that's favorite enemy.
That's favorite enemy and Hunter's Mark. That's because he's a
Yo,
rat
and-
demon, and I don't
And you
like either
rolled
of those
max
things.
damage. Yo, what the fuck? What
Get
the
it.
fuck? That's amazing. Okay,
So I'm just gonna, from a knee, stand up, impale his chest, and just rip my horns out.
Oh God,
Yes,
that is
son.
awesome.
Get a little
with
more
that-
violent than Noel would like to get, but he's gonna do it again. I mean, why wouldn't he do it again? It's ridiculous.
That just misses it. Or not
that's
but
just
that
me
does
rolling
miss,
like me at this point. That's what
correct. But that first hit, you watch as like black ichor starts kind of running down your horns from the hit, and with that damage, he is now in bloody territory.
You can like you're a swarm guy, and there's like a swarm around you, right? You can make another attack.
I get to do that. Yes, I do.
Oh yeah, because of the swarm stuff.
So now I'm a
I see
horn
what you
and
mean,
some
literally.
rats.
Yeah, that absolutely hits the rats. Their AC is garbage.
Oh,
man.
-4 because they're not hunters marked, but they are favorite enemies. So that's 12.
Okay, 12. Thank you.
But as
Okay,
my
that makes
bonus
sense.
action, technically this happened when I was hitting this guy. Because he was hit with my melee attack from my horns, he has to make a strength save, which is equal to things. I'm gonna cheat and go to the spells page and change the thing. DC 13.
13.
Oh, I'm sorry,
strength?
15. It didn't update fast enough.
15 strength. Okay. Not a terribly strong demon lord. Come right out and say it. All right, here we go.
Get him.
No. He is not pushed 10 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, he that's only a +1. I rolled a natural 18. I'm very sorry. Okay, so he stays there, but you stick him with your horns and then take out some of the rats at the same time. And you're on your knee, essentially. You can stand up in this swarm,
as part of the horns, I stood up to do that.
Okay,
So
okay, gotcha.
I just wanted to launch off of a knee. So yeah, I'm still weaponless. I have no swords, but I'm no longer on the back. We'll take it.
All right, and is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he's going to take his legendary action because he's not happy with his performance. He's going to reach through the swarm of rats that are still around you and kind of reach for one of the horns that impaled him, but he has to see if it lands first. So I'm going to do the Joe and not narrate until I get the numbers. So if I hit you, then you'll see what happens. If not, then think... Yeah,
that'll definitely do.
Yeah, reaches through and his long rat fingers just kind of wrap around one of your horns. Just pesky little rodents. I'll kill you first. So inflict rot. You have to make me a Constitution saving throw. Even though he has to reach out to grab you, but you have to make a saving throw on top of that, please. I'm rolling garbage against these. That fails. So you take 12 points of necrotic damage. And let me double check. You have the status of diseased.
Bring it.
It's so nonchalant.
Okay, yeah. At the moment, you just feel some sort of necrotic energy kind of working its way through your horns and down into your head. But that is his legendary action. As he doesn't have you grappled, but just for the sake of narrative, he's holding your horn in place. And that's the end of his turn, or his legendary action, excuse me. Which brings us to Helkatla, who is currently. Did you break the grapple? I can't remember.
I don't think I did.
I don't think you did. Okay, so you're grappled and you're in the water. There's rats. There's one big rat that's holding on to you. There's a bunch of rats above you. You saw Bert take a swing at some of them, and Bert is very concerned on the other platform, but it is your turn.
Okay. Question. I know the rat that's hanging on to me is an extraplanar being, right? Like when I did smite damage against what was his name? The other guy who was a rat.
Hinga?
Hinga, thank you. Before Hinga was changed, I did extra damage against him through my particular divine smite because he was extra.
Oh, because divine smite is yes, because they counted as a fiend and in that situation. So
okay.
Yes.
Is this thing a fiend too? Can I safely assume that?
It looks very similar to the other one. Like honestly, it looks like Hinga clone essentially. When he was in a rat. body.
Okay.
So you're without a doubt, you know that it is for sure a demon or a fiend. Excuse me.
Okay.
Words.
I'm going to abjure the extra player and try and get
Let's
him
go.
the fuck off me.
Uh-huh.
I should have done this before, even though I'm a strong girl.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
as an action, I want to make this guy run away, and he has to make a saving throw that is equal. What's the save? Hold on.
Wisdom saving throw. I think it's just your spell DC, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
We do have a paladin master here. Does that sound right for their kind of like their turn abilities? Is it usually their spell DC?
It should be, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I
my
thought.
spell attack. Oh, spell save DC is
Spell
15.
save, yeah.
Thank
He's the
you.
booty master.
Okay, and wisdom saving throw? Oh
Wisdom
my
saving
goodness. They have a -2 to this roll.
Oh.
That's what we want to see, right? Hey, there you go. Except you are hitting. Hold on. What's the range on that one again?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Speaking of which, Foos, I can't see any of the rats that are illuminated. You're being sneaky with the rats.
No, just the rats that are on the map right now. You don't see them?
I see a bunch of rats there. I don't
Yeah,
see
these
the
guys.
individual. I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
them
like these.
at all.
You don't see these guys? No.
I just pinged them all. Do you see
What
them?
the
Oh,
hell?
if I can't see them, I'll just reload the page. I thought you were.
Yeah, no, it's on the stream. We can see it there too. That's why I'm like, I don't fuck it up. It's not me. Okay,
Okay.
so I need to roll 30 feet.
30
Hold on.
feet.
From-
So I just pulled that out.
yeah, from you is pretty much everybody. So I'm gonna have to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. So hold on one second. Wisdom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on, let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. Okay. Oh no, because I rolled the other guy, so I need one more. Da, 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 da. All right,
Okay,
look at
so
those shit rolls. Only one passed. So in the middle of this sort of chaos and everyone worried about Hokatla, you brandish your holy symbol, and Murph, thankfully, you hear furious splashing around you as all of the rats in the area are getting the fuck out, like scrambling with haste you have not seen in them, trying to get away from this paladin right now. Only one seems to have passed, and it's not any of the ones near you, immediately at least. So let me see for its
I should
action.
have done that
So
last time.
we're gonna start to get the fuck out.
Holy lightning! No.
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
So
my god. I think that was like my worst string of rolls, by the way. What was that? 10, 4, 3, 3. There's a natural 20 in there. There's a natural 1 again. 3 again. Then a 6.
Can you keep rolling like that, please?
I know, right? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So that was your action. You are no longer grappled. It's gonna turn and run. It does that on its turn. So at the moment, it's gonna look like it's not there on the map, but they're gonna be fucking off. And you have movement and bonus action.
okay. Can I just understand the positions around me for a second? Like of
Sure.
because Hokatla's next move is just gonna climb up.
Okay. I
so-
think you'd have to come over here just because the swarm of rats is covering this whole spot. I mean, you could climb into them, but you're literally climbing into them.
And I
So,
I can't. Excuse me. I can't climb beside Merp.
oh yeah, you can go that way as well. Sorry, I thought you were trying to advance, so I was like, you can go here. But yeah, if you're trying to backtrack, you can go that way too.
That's true. That's true. Advance. Okay. No, you're right.
You do what
No,
you're gonna do, girl. I didn't mean to influence you at all.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's fine. No, like because wait, shit. Okay. Okay. Can I move that way? With
okay, I'm sorry. If you go from here and then leap, yeah, I'll need an athletics check just because that's a height of some
Okay.
kind. But
athletics.
you could make it. Actually, I'll need
Athletics,
2.
It's on normal.
One for you to pull yourself out, and then one for the jump.
Athletics.
That's good. And one more.
Uh,
Good. You're good. All right. Those are good enough to put yourself wherever you'd like. So go ahead and move yourself.
Okay.
You can pull yourself out of the water and then jump.
She's gonna move there, and is that a bonus action? I don't think it is. I think it's an action. Fuck. It's an action.
I think that's the answer. No.
That's also an action. Fuck. Where's my bonus action thing? I have one bonus. Sorry. I didn't think I'd get this far.
Anita said it in chat, but I super agree. Masterful turnout. That was great.
Oh, God, thank you.
Great.
Prayer of healing. No.
Foos,
Yeah.
I want to know which rat didn't get turned, and I want to know his story. I want to know like what reached down inside of him and was like, not today, Paladin.
It's like, you're better than this. Just resists it. That was a natural 20. That was bonkers. I almost feel like Chitterick was like, stay, you bitch. I'm sorry, what?
No, it's fine. I'm reading Prayer of Healing, and I don't see action or bonus action. Am I reading?
Yeah, because it says, what does it say for instead of action or bonus action?
I think it says 10 minutes.
Yeah, she's supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh,
casting
casting time 10 minutes. Okay.
Exactly. So that's an out of combat heal.
Okay. All right.
Hey now, Vogley could take 100 turns to do that if she really wants to.
Oh my gracious.
You guys will be fine. I'm just gonna cast here for 10 minutes.
Let me involve you.
Okay. I want to move play on. So harness device. No, I'm good. Okay, go ahead.
Are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't think it would work. So
It's
I
okay.
did the second part.
You fucking nailed it, girl. I'm so fucking proud of you. That was
All right.
sick move.
I get it. I thought I was gonna be dead by now.
Yeah.
I know. That's the general gist.
Well, at least most of you are now. Oh fuck! At least
All right, I'm just. I gotta keep things moving because we're not even full over through round. But you're done. I apologize. Normally I'm cool with it. It's just. No, you're good. These Monday sessions are just a little bit shorter, so I'm trying to make sure we get through everything.
I apologize.
I'll let you, girl. You're the best. So on the rat demon turn, everybody watches as these guys fuck off because they got feared. That guy's going to, but they're running in the exact opposite direction of you. So that one, the one actually that is closest to you is the one that did pass. So he's gonna stay. You are not in range, and neither. Yeah. All right. With that, nobody has to make dexterity saving throws this round because none of the rats are in position to pull anybody into the water.
Awesome.
So, they just do that forever, right? Like, they don't make any more saves, right? It's like you failed and you're just gonna fuck off unless you take damage.
Turn creature spend its turns trying to move far away, willingly action, use a dash action to escape.
Creature's turn for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So they're not taking damage, they're just gonna fuck right off.
Yeah.
At the end of their turn though, Chitterick is gonna take his legendary action to bite this pesky minotaur one more time. So once again, you see the just like helmet of souls kind of envelop his face before he goes out to reach out and bite you.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that'll hit. Oh shit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Shit. That's very close. Oh, all right. With 3 hit points, Noel is still up, but he's still holding your horns. Two hit points. Pardon me, 2 hit points. He's just kind of holding you and looking over you.
Oh shit.
Was that no shit? I just heard.
Yeah.
Oh shit! We just got raided. Thank you, Bro Woken. That's an amazing name. I love it. But thank you so much for the raid. We are actually in the middle of a BBEG fight. It's not going great. The ranger has 2 hit points. It's rough. But yes, thank you so much for raiding us. But he's moving on from his legendary action, which brings us to Merp. It is your turn.
The lies of my DM ringing in my ears.
How dare you?
Going to travel this way, assuming it's relatively safe. Since that rat is.
Also because you saw them run away, like you could very clearly see in your immediate area there are none.
Okay, I don't know if he can make that jump. He's not very athletic for that.
You can actually make the jump to like the spot right in front of Bert pretty easily because it's much shorter distance if you're going that way. Then you can do that, no problem.
Yeah. All right, so he's gonna
Yes, thank you.
Catch you.
boop, like kind of run over, scurry, jump, slide, like kind of nutmeg,
Bert,
and slide
yeah.
over his legs, come up.
Let's go. I love
Oh
it.
Jesus! Is he prone?
No,
I stood
he
up.
stood up. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
2 hit points from prone, but
Yeah. He's gonna eject the last like kind of bolt that he was going to use this round. Pop in another one. Fire it using his bonus action, which is going to give you a healing word at the highest level he could possibly do. But I'm an artificer. That's lol. Oh, I forgot the modifiers again. I keep doing that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I also just want to say thank you guys for all the follows. We hit our we reached our goal of 75, so thank you so much.
Holy moly!
And then there's carry on. Sorry.
That's 9 plus 8, so 17 hit points you get back. He's also going to load the second healing arrow as his action, and then try to hit you with that. Let's see, what is the?
He is currently swarmed. So I'll say that gives him cover.
What?
And you might hit the rats because he's still
it's a bolt.
swarmed.
It'll go through the rat.
I'll go
Yeah,
flat footed.
The rat is gonna like not get over penetrated by a bolt.
It's
You'll
a
just
rat.
have a rat staple to you, okay? If you're okay with that, I am.
I will say, because you hit him with the healing word bolt first, I would say that you would, Noel, you would recognize that he's probably trying to do the same thing again. And I'll say if you want to burn your reaction, you can kind of position yourself so that there's no cover involved. But okay, so you're burning your reaction, and then Merp, you are firing.
Okay, come on, Subtle Cricket.
Oh god, the stapled rat almost killed me. Oh
no! You got a stapled rat too. Yeah, obviously that hits. You're good.
All right. So 24 with the Subtle Cricket, which actually isn't the Subtle Cricket, it is the healing arrow. So do not roll the damage for that, lulz.
Shouldn't there be
I have gloves of healing. Did I put that in? I did. I added that with the. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. There's so many things to keep
track of. Yeah, exactly. So you get 2d4 plus my Dex and Wisdom modifier, which is hilarious because who has Wisdom as an artificer, but I do. So it is.
It's the first wise character he's ever played.
Yeah, never gonna play another one again.
Usually, whenever I say make a,
because my Dex is 20. So that's 12 back plus the healing gloves, right? Because you said that counted for the arrow.
That counts for it. Yeah, it does. Any healing
total on the second arrow.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
That is the end of my turn. I'm also out of healing arrows, so please stop getting beat.
Need them.
You'll be fine.
I'm also running dangerously low on spell slots. That is the end of Merp's turn. Thank you.
Very nice. At the end of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action. After seeing you do that, it's just maybe that one first. Disappears into his sort of soul apparitions kind of coming around him before he repositions himself within 60 feet, right in front of Merp, because he's very annoyed at you. To the back for the rats. That's the end of his legendary action. It's time for the rat tides. First rat tide on Noel is gonna go. They're swarmed. They make okay, no, this is the okay. So it's two regular bites because they are still at decent hit points and they have advantage because they have you swarmed. Okay, rules. 1, 2.
That'll double do.
Ooh.
Ay, will you?
All right.
13.
All right. All right.
Ay, Jose.
Boom!
Fuck.
I told you it was one more than I needed.
Are you down to 1 hit point right now?
Eat it.
What?
Holy shit!
You don't have to roll a healer. You'll be fine.
No, you'll be fine, Nenners. It's fine. Don't
worry
panic.
about it. I got you.
Don't panic. You're good. So that's the end of their
Should've called
turn.
her on it and not made any heals.
The other ones are gonna vault the side of this wall and swarm both Bert and Merp. They're gonna do one attack on Bert, one attack on Merp. So first attack, because you're both swarmed, you are both advantaged. First attack is for Merp, second is for Bert.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Why are you rolling so well?
Yeah.
I don't know, and like I guess I got all my shit rolls out for when they were rolling your wisdom saving throws, and now it's just good times, I guess. Oh God! All right, so second, the 22 is 11 because you're raging. Yeah, and that's 16 for you, Merp. Merpalicious. That's the end of their turns.
So vicious,
Bert, you are up.
All right. So once again, we are going to be doing the old tricks here.
We're doing some shit.
We're reckless attacking, and we're swinging on the rats again.
Okay.
So, okay, let us pray. 21.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Good damage as always.
One more.
11. Oh no, they have 13 AC. I'm sorry. It's not that garbage.
All right. Yeah, that'll be it then.
Okay. Okay, sorry, pardon me. I was doing math for them, and then I missed what you said. Was it did you say anything important?
My turn is simple.
Okay. They are. That's the beauty of the barbarian. And also with that
25 for one hit.
You took out such a huge chunk that they are like at half capacity essentially. You ripped out about half of them, so
great.
They will do less damage and they will hit less because there are less rats in that group. Which brings us to Karen. He's used up all of his legendary actions, so he can't do anything until it is his turn again.
All right.
I feel like the mom in you really came out when you said that.
Stress.
We're not poisoned anymore.
Correct.
I have that mark there. I didn't put it on there, but like, we're not poisoned anymore, audience.
Yeah, I put it on you. I'll take it off.
Yeah, right, we're gonna move 5.
That changes
10.
everything I was gonna do. Thank you so much.
Okay.
15.
You have to go around. That's fine.
20. 25, and this is on a diagonal with Vogel, right?
The problem is she's down like hill, essentially. This is a higher tier. She's kind of down in that nook. She's not on the same level.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm sorry.
We'll go back here. Step on rats. Step on dead rat. Oh no. The rats have like
they're melted around. Oh wait.
They're done.
Exactly.
So we're gonna step behind here and sort of flank with our small kobold, and hopefully he is threatening enough to be threatening. He has that intimidating looking crossbow.
Well, yeah, actually, Merp. I don't know, actually.
And he is not prone.
I can fire in melee.
I would say, yeah, you can. You can. I will say you're good with this just because Noel had no weapon, was on his back, and was just not a threat at the time. So I will give you the opportunity that this is advantage because of positioning.
He attacked me like I was a threat.
I mean, he did. He did. But yes, you have advantage.
All right. Yeah. We're clicking the other thing this time. Let's see if we can roll differently.
We'll get it.
Let's go.
Oh,
hey! Yeah, that absolutely hits.
And with that, we're going to use our last key point.
Oh, here it is.
And try for a stunning strike.
Here it is, boys. All right.
Foozca, could you roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
I will do that for you.
And roll badly. Roll like
everyone pray.
DC 16.
Noise.
He has a +8 to Constitution. I rolled a natural 2 just for you, Anita.
Correct, nerd.
I have 0 legendary resistances. You have stunned the demon rat lord Chitterick.
Yes.
He is stunned.
Yeah, I think Karen like steadies herself, like rolls out from under cover, goes up behind, and just like does a big jump with the baseball bat and cracks right over Chitterick's head.
Mhm.
And I think she's going to say, yeah, Karen is a cool mom. Karen is dope.
I'm
So
a cool
she's gonna like hit upside the head, feel it finally take root in the key system of this demon lord, and say, Kimate Kimane is under the protection of Task Team M.
Oh shit!
When you get back to the abyss, tell him Karen sent you. And she'll do her damage of that and continue hitting this really mean, really asshole of a demon lord. I'm pretty sure we got one more unarmed strike.
Yeah,
that
because
we can.
Yes. One more.
Get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
And
all right,
we can heal some because we did an unarmed strike. And
or more damage depending on what you want to choose for your hand wraps. It can do either.
You know what? More damage. Let's roll a
more
D10.
damage.
Damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
And like it took 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, I did put the numbers in, so I think we're good. Oh, you're moving. Okay,
30.
I'm sorry. I thought you were counting how much number. I was like,
No.
I got it. Don't worry. Okay.
And I'm going to like take my bat, toss it to the leader, and give a wink before heading back. And that's the turn. Go ham,
right,
y'all. Go ham.
The rats are going to attempt to bite you on your movement away because they have their attacking opportunities. They have one attack. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different because they're at half. It's not an advantage because you're not swarmed. It's just a regular bite. Don't worry about it. Carry on about your day.
Yeah, I don't think these creatures are at half. The creatures around.
Yes,
no?
correct. But this is just for a regular bite. The swarming is what does the like crazy damage and such, and has the much higher to hit ratio. So yeah, that was me babbling about the wrong one.
Can I like let them bite me? I kind of have a reaction that I can't use because
unless I get in.
Yeah.
If you want, if like you see it happening, so if you want to take the bite,
I'll take the bite. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sure. It's not going to be terrible. 8. That is actually pretty high for them. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm going to use my contingency band. Like, oh wait, no. I would have to like use my reaction. I can use my reaction
when it's on your turn.
I'm pretty sure I can use a reaction on my turn.
Yeah, you can.
Awesome. And I'll do the potion of advantage. So I'll gain advantage on an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of my choice within the next hour.
Yep, sounds good. All right. At the end, the women are making moves. Let me tell you, they're changing the battlefield. At the end of Karen's turn, it's Chitterick's turn, but he's stunned. I'm a big round boy stunned, so I can't do shit. That's the end of his turn. No, it is your turn with 1 hit point, and you're swarmed by rats.
All right, I would look for my sword, but I've just been handed a weapon.
Yes, you've been handed.
Strictly speaking, I don't need none of that.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to manually do some macros here in a minute, but all right, I'm gonna move up on a stunned boy.
And FYI, it is a radiant weapon. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to get numbers and things in a moment.
Yep.
Well, I say that, but it's a +1, so I should get the same magic bonus. So it's still a +8 to hit.
It's basically a quarterstaff plus 1 because of the radiant weapon, as well as whatever else you could do with that. But yeah.
So many things. Okay.
Many.
But first off, we will, you know what? I will just roll the greatsword to hit because it's the same attack bonus, and I can wield this thing two-handed. So I'm going to do that and use the thing.
They're talking about herringons in chat, and I got to show them how much I love rabbits. I got rabbit pillows just ready. So
It says rabbit pillows with rabbit booty.
Man, I am doing my best to just mess up
rabbit things.
But one of those, I guess, will hit.
Yes, the second one will hit. 19 is his AC, so yeah, unfortunately
irritating. Okay. D8 when you two-hand a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does the bat count as a great weapon?
The
If
first
it's two-handed
hit hits.
Anita is using.
All right,
because it's my baseball bat, and this seems thematically appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Okay, so it's a D8. Reroll less than 2 because great weapon fighting, and then we add 4 because he's a rat, and 1 because it's a magic bat.
So many numbers are going to get thrown my way.
4 because I'm strong. And 10 because great weapon master.
Jesus.
Oh, hold on, real quick. I got to make 3 con saves to know if. I'm sorry, 4 now. 4 con saves to know if the thing is still up. No, it is.
Which thing?
No.
Oh, you're.
Well, no, I wouldn't have been. I was saying within Hellcatla's thing now, but I wouldn't have been. So I.
Yeah, not at the time.
That's fine.
Yeah, Mark is done, but
4 you get a +5. So
that's enough.
9 plus 4, 13.
They were all 10. So that.
Yeah, you fucking keep it.
Hex damage. All right, we're doing some work
Holy
here.
shit, let's go.
All
the
right,
team is coming through for Noel.
Yeah.
As you get you get a quick shot of adrenaline into your thigh. Flounder.
Make sure that's all my damage modifiers. 4 and 10 and a D6.
You're a pincushion right now.
Plus 4 and 1. It's all good. So
Murph is the best acupuncturist in the realm.
Oh man! And you got max damage on it. You almost got
bat.
Holy.
That's the first attack.
Shit! Yeah.
All that again.
Woo!
Second attack.
Yeah. Speaking of Lord, my boy. Oh my God! 61 points of damage in those 2 shots.
Jesus.
Get it?
Go.
Oh man, yeah, this is what everyone's gonna play T-ball with my big boy.
Yeah, Karen's gonna like look over as you make those 2 huge swings, and ask, "You still think we could have done this last night?"
It's not something I feel like responding to. Right? This guy's still up, right? Rat Demon.
Yes, I'm sorry. He is still up.
Just checking. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not within range of some rat peoples to swarm it up. I'm just looking for all the extra sauce I can muster.
The sauce. Sauce.
No, doesn't look like it. But you know what I can do? I can take this lovely little thing I call a bonus action. And I can drink this other thing I call a greater healing potion.
It's like the way you said it, I'm like, no one else calls it a bonus action. It's like I call it a bonus action, but everyone else.
I think is 4d4 plus 4.
4d4 plus 4. 13 points of healing.
1 HP was all I needed for all that. That and an inspiration and a flash of genius. You guys definitely.
But again, like without Merv's sick ass healing,
no, that was a T.
So you would have been knocked. God damn, that was to the point. Holy shit.
Oh, right. Well, that felt good. Now, I mean, that looks like a serious chunk, at least, right? Like, it looks like we're turning this around.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for you guys right now, especially that he's just sitting there, just spinning in space, basically.
Well, then I'm gonna have just kind of like crack up under an arm into the ribs, and then add a second dent to the helmet next to Garrett's original.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna acknowledge with a face that says "you right" when you say that, but I'm not gonna acknowledge it with words. My words are
Like, all right.
and I'm just gonna say, history is full of villains and the heroes that stopped them, but there is a quiet history of the problems solved before they came to be, and a quieter one of people not worth remembering. You fall into that category.
Damn.
Oh shit! The fucking shit talking to this demon lord.
And I'm just gonna hand the bat back because I'm right there.
Love it. All right, so that's the end of your turn.
That's it. I'm good.
Let's
wow.
go.
Whole team.
Hell, Katla, it is your turn.
Oh my god. Okay. So now that everybody is up here and doing stuff, Helkatla wants to attack this rat. She still has the bucket, and I have a dumb idea. Could she take the bucket and shove it on top of the rat's head? Is the bucket big enough to do that?
The one. Okay, so I'm
That I
sorry.
got from Mukami.
Correct. You're going for the rat in the water. Was that correct?
This rat's in the water. He's below.
Correct. He's in the water. He's still kind of like in waiting because they all seem to be kind of like waiting for someone to pull them in, and otherwise they didn't seem to be reacting. But he's the one who passed, so he's still just kind of like chilling. But he's not like actively up and doing anything.
Sorry, so I didn't mean to interrupt you. So he's waiting. So if I move this way, he's not going to opportunity attack me?
No. You've noticed that it seems to be like at very specific intervals where they will reach out and try and grab you.
Okay.
But this doesn't seem to be one of them, so you seem to be okay.
Okay. Decisions. Okay. She's gonna attack the rat swarm that's right next to her. Gonna do her.
There is a height difference because you're kind of like down below.
I'm still down. Oh.
Yeah, because it's on a different. It's kind of hard to see. I'm just gonna move you a little bit so you can see, like that line there.
I see a line. I just thought. Okay.
This is above because these stairs lead up to this level, which is still part of this level.
Oh, that's part of
so you're down here.
Level.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, let me explain. I don't want it to be confusing for you.
Okay.
But this.
Shit. Well, shit. Okay. Could I? Let's see. Move up here, or climb
up to that corner? Yeah, you could. Yeah.
All
yes,
right.
you could.
Yeah, move up there. Oh, fuck. Wrong button. Fuck. All right. Move here. Okay.
So many noises of struggle. It's okay, girl.
Okay,
You got this.
So,
You can feel the ghost in her right now.
So I would like to hit them twice. So I guess that's my first strike, and then second strike.
Yes, 23 hits. Yes,
23
absolutely.
hits. All right, I'm gonna throw divine smite on that.
Nice.
Oh, it's toast.
Okay,
Sorry, carry on.
Hello.
Joe's cat. His name is Toast, and we love Toast. Toast is here.
2d8 damage.
Okay, yes, on the beasts.
Oh, on the
rats, right?
On the rats. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2d8. Yeah, go ahead.
Spell plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than first, maximum of 5d8. So I'm at 3d8.
Are they undead or a fiend?
No.
Damn it.
Oh, so they're not. Okay. So instead of divine,
it would still be 2d8. It's still 2d8. It's just no like extra damage unless you do a higher spell slot. And also don't forget to roll your prying mace damage anyway. So click on prying mace to roll that out.
Yeah. You know, you're right. Okay. So instead of for fuck's sake.
That's minimum damage. I'm sorry, girl.
Yeah, all right. So instead of that, can I do thunderous smite instead of divine smite?
You would have to bonus action do that before you hit, but it's okay if you want to say you wanted to do that as your bonus action, and we'll let it roll because this is kind of new for you. That's all right.
Yeah, so I'd rather do that if possible.
Sure.
2d6 thunder damage. Must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away. And I'm assuming the strength saving throw is same as the spell save DC, which is 15.
It says it at the bottom. I rolled. Roll your 2d6 for your thunder damage. They unfortunately passed.
Okay.
What is?
What?
Never mind. Okay.
Okay, so extra 6 points of damage, which brings them down to this number that I'm not going to say out loud. All right, so that was bonus action, action, and movement. Is there anything else?
Bonus action, and movement. I think. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Gotcha. Once again, from the lovely fears that had happened, there are no dexterity saving throws that need to be happening because ain't no rats in range of anybody anyway. Which brings us to Merp. It is your turn. You are swarmed by rats, and there's a stunned demon lord in front of you.
Excellent. Merp is going to kind of shake off the rats if he can and run behind the fearless leader.
Okay. All right. The rats are going to try and take an opportunity attack at you when you're leaving.
Here comes 27.
I'm sorry, Netters. Listen,
it's going to be.
I can't control. These are at half.
Oh, she always hits me at like.
Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Comically.
Oh,
See,
God.
it's like I can have plate, a shield, adamantine, helmet of don't hit me, and I still get whacked. It doesn't matter. That's why I don't give a shit about AC in her campaigns because I'm gonna get hit for now. So yes, please give me the bill. Thank you.
Oh my God! Listen, I'm not trying to.
I actually lowballed it with a 27. All right, Merp is gonna kind of slide next to his friend, and you're gonna kind of smell. You're gonna hear the sound of like cloth tearing and like the faint aroma of what is probably Neosporin or something medieval equivalent. And he's going to use his first aid kit to start bandaging your bite wounds. And after he does that, he's going to give you a shot of healing word. So.
Jesus. Just emergency triage.
Yeah, pretty much. So it is 1d6 plus 4, if I'm not, because I do.
Yeah, exactly.
For that.
Exactly. He lies to and then gets smacked.
It's 8, and then you get where's healing word? There it is.
It's not my attempt, I promise.
Oh no, hold on. We're gonna be smart. We're gonna use the goddamn things you made. Okay, it looks like it's in. I don't know if this is actually gonna work.
We've only been playing these characters for 7 episodes. Bear with us as we try and figure these things out.
To be fair, one of these items I did not have.
That's true. That is also true. We got new magical weapons last episode, so that's fine.
Oh, that is max. I didn't add it to it. God damn it. So that's 9 plus 8, so you get 17 back. So for a total of 25.
Nice.
Man, I wonder what my effective health is with all the healing I've been getting.
Seriously, my goodness. So that's your action, your bonus action, and some of your movement? Or did you want to move any more or do anything else?
If you like hang out on this railing here.
Yes, you can.
Okay, because he doesn't like any of this positioning here. He's kind of in a bad place.
Okay. All right. That is the end of your turn, which brings us back to the rat tides. The one on Bert is just going to take their 2 attacks on you. That's the wrong fucking character sheet, Foos. God damn it. Okay. 1 swarm bite because they are below half number. So.
Oh my God.
That's what you said last time. Like it was going to make a difference. So you crit on me.
I was going to say it was at advantage, but I'll just keep that 1 roll. I'm very sorry. Oh my God.
Hold on. Time out. Nope. Absolutely not. That is now whatever that is. I can't do math on that. 18.
Okay. An 18. Does an 18 still hit you?
18 still hits, yeah.
Okay, but it's not an 20. So right, it's 18. It's 19 damage instead of the crit damage.
I appreciate it. I could have taken that hit. I had some ways to diminish that damage, but okay. Thank you, sir.
Jesus. Okay, so we use inspiration a little differently here. Those who might not be used to it, if I give them inspiration, they can roll against my numbers too. So I rolled the 30, and then there's roll the 12 against my 30, so it turns into an 18, which still hits, but luckily is not a crit. So rather than
against your DM, and it still hits your barbarian.
Barbarians don't have AC; they have hit points.
Listen. All right. So we're gonna take the first roll, which was the 19, and just have that. So you take 9 points of damage instead.
Or not.
Oh my god! Okay, you use your reaction to. Oh yeah. I do remember this.
Take 7. Okay.
Okay. All right. So you're set with that. That was okay. Both inspirations are gone. God damn it, Editors, I read that. The other rat swarm is going to move down and swarm both Karen and.
Oh, wait, I have my Constitution modifier to that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I only take 7. I take 2 damage? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Big
Let's
humans
go.
are dope.
Yeah.
You went from 19 to 2?
Yeah,
Wow.
half because of Barbarian, and then the rest of those little numbers for
Holy
from the Stone's
shit.
Endurance.
I
Good stuff.
Wizard.
All right. So with the 2 of you swarmed, each of you will get a bite at advantage. First bite is for Noel. Second bite is for Karen. First bite for Noel. Second bite for Karen.
Oh my gracious!
You should have saved it for Karen, bro. Oh, God.
Who knows? That's for you, Noel. This is for Karen.
Ooh.
Okay, much lower numbers. Thank goodness. Oh, Jesus. All right, so that's what, 25 for you and 16 for the other? Okay, that's the end of the rat tides because one of them's dead. So that's the end of them. Bert, you are up.
All right, let's try and end this form now. We are going to Reckless again, and we are going to try to slay the swarm now.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh, Santa Maria. All that.
Oh, that's one short. One short. You need 13. You need exactly 13 to hit.
Okay, one more. God damn it.
What the
Okay.
fuck?
Oh, man.
He doesn't have advantage. Hellcat lives over there.
He does it because he's swarmed by the rats. Again, he's trying to like hit rats that are like on him and
I was trying,
run
man. I
around
was
him.
trying.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, go.
Oh.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. That brings us to Karen.
How's our demon lord buddy looking?
He's still not good. He's still stunned, but he's still not good.
All right.
Also, remind me, does his stun end at the end of his turn or your turn?
At the end of my turn.
Okay,
So
carry on.
we're about to be in trouble again.
Yeah, exactly. See, time to do monk shit, according to chat.
I've spent all of my monk shit. We have no chat. We have no casters. No one else has been burning through these legendary resistances except me.
What are you talking about? I got
It's
7
been
spell
all-
slots left.
Could you lend some to Merp? Because he could use them. I have to.
Get out of here, Ranger. What do your spells do?
They do Hunter's Mark, and passes that a trace. And,
Oh,
that's it,
gosh.
mostly.
It's been rough.
We're going to do as much damage as we possibly can, which is not much because monk. But we're gonna see what we do. We got advantage.
Yep.
No.
That just misses. Not just.
The answer is no.
All right, that's first hit. Yeah, you still have.
Here we go. Hit number 2.
Hey, there
That's
it
a
is.
little
Yay.
better.
That's
it.
better.
Thank goodness.
There's the one. But okay.
That's all right. That's all right. You're still doing damage.
And yeah,
How's that hard
one
for my
more monk unarmored strike.
Oh,
No.
is that a 1 and a 4?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Like Karen was expecting like big team attack, like banish the fiend after. That's why she said the cool things, but she has spoke too soon and is now regretting. And with that, we're gonna leave. We're gonna go.
You could use
Die.
the radiant weapon to blind him.
Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can use the radiant.
That's what
weapon
we're
blind
doing.
him.
I
Yeah,
love it.
Radiant weapon to blind him. You
Do I have to roll or anything for that?
Yeah, you do. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's a con.
Oh no, wait,
save.
I lied to you. It's only if you get hit. I'm so sorry.
If I
Although you
get
could have used
hit.
it
Oh.
at some point. Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to reread it.
Could I have
You can
used
Use
it
it on the rats?
on the rats? Could I have
Sure.
done that? Yeah, make a con
Sure.
save, rats.
No,
Let's go. Karen, you're open palm, right?
Open
kind of-
palm. Yes.
Open palm, yeah, exactly. They're not super constitution heavy. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a 5 for you. So they're blind.
3 blind mice try to swipe at Karen as she leaves.
Yes,
Um,
they are blinded.
so they should get disadvantage on an
yes,
attack
they're gonna-
roll.
Exactly. They're gonna try and swing at you with disadvantage. It would still count as a swarm bite because you're still within them and moving out.
Would
Uh,
it be
sorry.
a swarm bite? Because attacks of opportunity happen when I leave their range, and I would assume that being here is still in their range,
Outside
so
of
they
it.
wouldn't be able
I will-
to attack me until.
I will give you that. Roll garbage anyway. We all set. It doesn't matter. You're all set.
We love to see it.
Yes. You're good.
5, 10. Oh wait, before I go,
So they don't have
I
a-
hand off
yes.
my weapon, and I just say, "Oof,
No reaction.
good luck, buddy." Before 5, 10, 15, 20.
I'm not going to tell
Um,
anybody how to do anything. I'm just going to state a fact that's obvious for everyone who is in the moment and not on a map to see. There's a sword lying right where you're
I
standing.
was gonna say, Karen. Yeah,
So
you see
you
his
make your own
sword
decisions. I'm just going to let you
right
know.
where you are.
I will gladly take the bat because it did work. But I'm also going to tell you there's a sword freely available to do something.
Yeah.
with.
All right, I'll pick up the sword. Like
Okay.
that, 25, 30, interact with the object to pick up the sword,
Mhm.
then drags the sword 35, 40. Like Karen is a monk, and like Karen's pretty strong, but not used to holding anything bigger than
Weapons.
monk weapons, which
So
are
you're running away with his
notoriously
sword.
light. The sword is creating sparks behind her as it's dragging like across.
Sure, that does
and
wonders for
she'll-
the edge.
she'll
Magic.
stop here.
Okay.
And at the end of Karen's turn, he is not stunned anymore, which means he gets legendary actions if he wants them.
I believe you kind of can't when their turn is, or no, they can't do it at the end of their turn. That's what it was. So yes, at the very end of your turn, he is going to take his first legendary action.
Is it to get bent? Because that's
It's unfortunately, it is not. At this point, he's surrounded by you guys, so he's going to use his plague breath. You see him just kind of like turning around now out of the stun and just. I'll have to get that rodent or that feline. Excuse me. He's a rodent, but he's gonna look towards Noel and Merp and just sort of exhale. And as you see him exhale, that sort of silvery greenish blue, the souls kind of screaming around you, comes out in a cone effect. I will need the two of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's the nasty shit.
Am I with the height differences? Am I within range of Helcatla's aura?
No, she's on the same
No,
plane as you,
I'm
so
on the
yes,
same
you
plane.
are.
Oh,
You're good.
excellent.
You're good.
Let me turn on Helcatla's helping hand, and then
Correct.
on my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I
Noel,
did
you
my best to
passed.
fail.
Oh my god, that is his DC. Merp, you barely passed. He needed a 15. You guys both passed. Fucking well done. So you guys take half damage. So you take 8 points of necrotic damage, and neither of you are poisoned. So very, very good resistance there.
That's great. Yep.
I'll
Love
take
not
that.
being
That's great.
poisoned.
Yeah. But yeah, he just sort of exhales, and then right after that, it is his turn, and he is no longer stunned. But I'm actually gonna just do something real quick because he's taking someone, but he doesn't know who yet. All right. At the start of his turn for his bonus action, you guys watch as once again he just sort of disappears in a waft. The souls screaming after him after they kind of surround his body, and he disappears and reappears beside a particular monk who is dragging a sword.
Oh God.
So, as you're on your way out, I think I would have let you go if you weren't so fucking annoying. And he's gonna reach out with his bite to bite you.
Maybe he's gonna miss though.
He might miss. There's that.
Why would you introduce might? I said going,
That
and
misses,
then you
I think.
introduced might. No. With shield of
With a
faith.
shield of faith.
Yes.
Hell
Shield of
yeah.
Faith.
misses.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm here
Vogly,
for
do you want to describe what the shield of faith looks like as it saves Karen from this soul bite?
So the shield of faith actually looks like a proper shield, but it has like an eye that actually opens, and the light from the eye is just enough to like throw him off. He can't hit, and it pops up right in front of her, like broadwise, and just to make sure that nothing is hurt.
Awesome. And you hear and he just kind of recoils for a second, but goes in for a second bite.
Haha, fuck you!
What a fucking dope ability. That one will hit, unfortunately. And with the
Hear me
soul
out,
bite,
though. What if it didn't?
Ooh.
Karen gets bitten, unfortunately, after he shakes off the temporary blindness from the shield of faith. And as you go down, he gets to use his legendary action, or not legendary action, his reaction to use soul devouring, which
No.
when you drop to 0 hit points, he gets to roll.
Shit.
He heals 17 points of damage, and Karen, you fail 2 death saving throws.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry. You need to roll a Constitution saving throw before you do that. I'm sorry. It is a very high DC, but you get to roll a Constitution saving throw. If you fail, you get 2 failed death saving throws.
Yeah, but you're gonna crit though.
Don't say. Come on.
It worked. I spoke a
magic,
miss
come
into existence mere moments ago.
Ah,
He's like, I'm drunk with power. Oh God, I'm nervous.
I am
Free
going
name is
to use
Microcosmic
my
God.
contingency potion to get advantage on this one.
Yes.
Um,
All right. All right.
And con is not Karen's specialty.
You can also like roll and see if you want to use it, because contingency is very much like you get to choose when you want to roll it. So if you pass the first one, you don't have to use it for advantage. Just so you. Oh, yeah.
You should probably use it for advantage.
You should probably use it.
I don't tell anybody how to play.
I'll use it. I'll use that
Yeah.
one.
God, there's not enough alcohol in this tea.
That's what we call a strong roll in our. Oh God damn it! I'm sorry. It is not high enough.
2 death saves failed.
Yes.
And as Karen like turns, like, yeah, if the second one,
Would a 17 pass?
Holy shit.
Needs an 18.
Are you
Wow.
fucking serious? What?
yeah, I
Damn
I
it! I
think
believe you. I'm just mad.
I know. I'm not. I'm just letting you know. I'm not fucking around here.
I think
I
as
know.
like
Sorry.
the first
No,
one
that's not.
misses,
Listen. Yeah. Yes.
and Karen was like, "Oh, this might actually be the end." The last thing she thinks about is her girls, her children. She did not leave off on a good note with them, and she sees each of their 5 faces before her soul gets devoured a little bit, and she is on the brink.
Why you gotta do this with Anita? Goddamn.
This is rough. Each of you watched as the demon lord teleported away, and each of you hear a thunk and then a delicious kind of turns towards the rest of you. But Anita is it's not Anita. Anita's fine. Karen's on the ground.
No, because you did this to me.
No,
Okay, you did this to me, Anita.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. Also, at the end of this round, we'll take our quick break. Emotional damage, 100%. No, you're up.
Emotional damage.
Okay. So I'm just real quick and double check my choices. Those are my choices. I did not take a healing spell. Just double checking that. So instead, I'm gonna run over here, and with an item interact, I'm gonna pick up the sword. It does feel like some sort of comeuppance to use the bat, but I need to do the most damage possible to fix this. So I'm gonna do a quick swap, and then with advantage from my moral outrage, right?
No, I'm sorry.
Right?
You don't get it. You do not, unfortunately.
I just want to point out that if she does die, Noel's going to have to be the one that explains this to her husband and kids.
We're gonna put Bird on that. Go.
You not believe me, man.
The first one hits.
Damn me, I should not being able to roll 2 hits. Okay.
Oh,
So Hunter's Mark wasn't
Oh,
great.
100 mark.
But-
So that's 29.
It is 29 and no doubles to try and increase that. So 29.
Roll that bitch out.
Man, that just
Yeah.
barely takes care of his stupid temp HP. That's not great. Well, let's. No, I didn't do that thing. It also wouldn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
Man, is it too much to ask to just crit so I get a third attack? All right, that's me.
Okay. At the end of your turn, seeing you here, he's going to take his legendary action to bite you.
Yeah, well.
I said I was going to take 2 or 1, but maybe I can take 2. He's going to reach out to try and bite you with his soul bite.
Maybe he can get
Natural 1, baby!
get motherfucker.
All right. Do you want to narrate how Noel does not get bitten?
Just with he does bite. Just essentially, I'm just gonna quickly turn down sideways to the flat of the blade, just palm the sword into his mouth. Not enough to do a point of damage, but enough to nick something.
Yep, and he's just kind of kind of slobbering all over it. There's ichor from his blood coming out. There's blood from your friend on his mouth. It's a disgusting mess that you are fighting off right now. But you do it.
Came within arm's reach, Toast. We need your moral support. Cats are dying.
Yeah.
Toast, we need your help. Toast. Okay, with everybody there, other than Karen, because unfortunately she's down. Who has highest passive perception after her?
I have a 13, so probably not me.
Well, it's better than my 12.
You might actually be.
I have 13 as well.
You have what?
Okay,
13 as well.
13. He is kind of completely covered by rats, so I'm going to say that Helkatla gets the beat on it before you do, because you are literally swarmed by rats. Helkatla, in the corner of your eye from the opening, you watch as the light from that tunnel starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And it doesn't feel like a light spell that is a kind of regular sustained light of some kind. It is kind of wild and lapping and sort of flares up at different times. And as you're kind of glancing in that direction, you watch as a humanoid form comes barreling through this hole, completely engulfed in flames. Taking a few steps forward, she stops long enough for you to recognize that this seems to be a full-blooded orc female, carrying a very large greatsword in one hand. But she seems to be kind of looking over the field at the moment, and she's kind of charging forward to get a little bit closer to the group.
Yes!
But I'm going to move
Voggle
Vera
knows this lady.
up on the map because she has bonkers movement and crazy strength as well.
I'm not
but she
saying
does-
it's important or that it matters at all, but I need to ask
Mhm.
whose greatsword is greater? I'm just
her greatsword is pretty good though. I'm not
yeah,
gonna
but
lie,
I'm
it's
not
pretty good.
talking
I
about
can't say.
quality. Great, it's a sword. It's a great sword because it's longer than a sword.
Right. So what sword is
What are you talking
longer?
Yeah.
I imagine how tall is Noel again?
I don't know. Let me look at some numbers.
She might be taller than you.
6'10".
But as
He's a tall cow.
okay, yeah, she's barely taller than you. She's 7'1". But from the distance, is he in range? Barely. Not barely. She can do that. But still, with the greatsword in one hand, she reaches over from her back, and even though fully engulfed in flame, you don't see a weapon. But when she reaches back, she kind of wraps her hand around something that just seems to form, and you watch. So I just noticed that proud Papa Prick has followed us, and that took me by surprise. But she reaches back, and a fiery javelin kind of forms in her hands, and she just hucks it at the Chitterick. So she's going to attempt to hit him from her distance.
Oh, fuck.
21 will hit. Pardon me. Also, hi. Jason's back. All right, Dubs, welcome back home. He's alive. All right, so he takes 16 points of damage, a little bit of fire, and a little bit of piercing. But after she chucks it, she kind of looks behind her at Helkatla and the swarm, but then looks forward again. Mukami sent me, and that's going to be the end of her turn. And then it's going to be Helkatla's turn.
Okay. Foos, this is entirely dependent on what you allow me to do.
Okay, let's go.
Can I dash here, eating my movement and my bonus action, and then use an action to lay on hands?
You don't have a bonus action for dash, do you? For some reason?
No.
Okay, no.
You didn't take a level in Rouge?
Yeah,
No,
I'm sorry. Yeah, you have to
Okay.
be you have to be special to be able to bonus action dash. Unfortunately.
Okay, that kind of sucks. All right, so all right, she's gonna move here, because that's my 30 feet of movement, and I know that they're gonna take they're gonna try and bite at me.
You don't know. Yeah, they are.
Go ahead and roll.
Flat roll.
What's my AC? 19.
Didn't they already
all right.
take their attack of opportunity on Karen?
They did.
The ones down here.
Oh, these other ones.
These guys. Yeah, because she was here and then she moved out.
Yep.
Okay. Good. I was like, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we're good.
Okay. Okay. So that's that's touch. We can't use that. Fuck. Why did
I
I
was literally typing that notice.
Why did I
Sorry.
pick Nope. Why is everything touch? Why did I pick all these things? Why am I dumb?
No, you're not. Not.
Let's see. I don't think I can't do anything without touching her. Let's see, because I can't heal. Okay, if I can't heal or do anything to help Karen this round, I'm just gonna hit the rat and put smite on it.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
All right. 1.
I'm gonna hit the
2.
rat and put smites on it.
Oh
God, I'm sorry. Neither of
both
those
of
hit.
missed. Motherfucker!
Fuck, man.
That
It's
sucks.
getting intense.
That's shit. Okay.
Bonus action, anything?
I can only bonus action harness divine power. Wait,
You only
hold
get
on.
one, unfortunately. So I think that's it.
All right. I already did abjure the extra planar, so I can't do that again. I can do absolutely zilch, so I'm just gonna stay there then.
Okay. Rat turns, but nobody's in the water. Chitterick is going to use his legendary action at the end of that to. He's trying to get Noel. He's really trying. He's going for one more soul bite on you, Noel.
Ooh.
Damn it.
I believe that will hit.
Helkatla, do you have Sentinel?
I do have Sentinel.
You can attack
Yeah!
someone as a reaction.
If you
Okay,
dare hit
thank
your
you. I
friend
appreciate
within-
that.
Yes,
I
you
didn't
do.
realize that is how it works.
Hit him!
Okay.
Toss on
I'm
some
really-
ludicrous move to him. Sorry.
What?
That hits.
Okay.
That'll do.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you do damage on that.
You can divine smite on that if you wanted to.
Okay, cool.
You
let's
wanted
do
to
that.
last time.
It's
Yes,
up to
if
you.
you wanted
Yeah,
to.
anytime you
If you
hit,
have the
you
spell
can do that.
slots, you can
I do.
divine smite.
I do. Can I do divine smite at level 3? And how much would I have to?
Damn, that would be
goodness.
5d8
That's
because this boy is
5d8.
a fiend.
Okay,
This is 5d8.
5d8. He can fuck off.
Ooh.
Thank you, Anita. I have no idea how to play this character. I appreciate you.
Oh shit. Oh
Is he
my
down?
god,
Is he
girl.
down? Tell me he's down.
No, he's 1 hit point.
You're fucking kidding me! You're fucking kidding me!
So close! But with that bite, you take a fucking chunk out of him with your well, not chunk, you're using a mace, so you just fucking clock him. But Noel does hit the dirt, unfortunately.
Okay,
And he already used his reaction on Karen, so he cannot soul devour you.
Ha! Not that I'm not getting devoured for Karen's sake. Mostly he doesn't get temp HP. That's what my ha is for.
Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, exactly. Like I'd rather have that. That's the end of his legendary action, and he'll call a fucking nice hit. Merp! You're up, buddy.
Merp and a pan. All right, so this is just black carpet, right? We can totally stand on that. That's
No,
not
you
like a
can't.
chasm,
That's
just
void.
Like,
No.
that's like Vanta
Oh.
black carpet. He's just got really good style. Is that what that is, though? All right, so he's going to like a fit of anger, like pull out his regular like spellcasting crossbow, aim at Karen, and cast his last level 2 healing word to try to get her back up. Level 2. It's not great, but plus the stuff, which is 8, so that's 18 back, and no longer have to worry about your soul being eaten, hopefully, for a bit. And in the process, he's going to take out subtle cricket with his action and then fire it at the stupid demon.
Oh shit!
And it's not an advantage. I don't know why I rolled that, but it's
21 hits though. Nanners, it does not matter how much damage you do.
I want to see the numbers.
So he's
Let's go.
He's putting everything. Which means I have to make a strength save and go flying off this thing in a second.
It's just perfect.
Hold on. Strength save. Oh, I got 0 on that. I don't know why I keep taking.
You are within 10 feet. You get a plus something. Oh no, you're way.
No, he's out. No, he's
out.
out.
No, I'm sorry. I was worried about you going to this abyss. I don't care if you pull it in the stairs.
So he pulls out the subtle cricket and with like a slight crickety sound fires the damn thing, but because he's so angry, he forgot to brace himself, and he's doing it one-handed because he's got it across from the other, and he just gets flung off from the recoil off this thing 10 feet. So I'm assuming he's gonna take some bludgeoning damage.
You are, because you're falling. Just a d6.
Yeah.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage on your way back.
The best part about this is you don't know that you killed him.
Yeah, no.
No. Numerous things happening at the same time. Fucking Merp having the turn of his life. Anita, or Karen, excuse me, as you were knocked down, and unfortunately on the way down, something seemed to hit you once again when you were there. And most of the time, if you're unconscious, you kind of have an idea of you're on the ground, you got hit real hard, you're dazed, but you kind of have an idea of where you are. There's still a physical sense of your body. But when you got knocked down and then you felt extra damage being taken from you, you felt yourself almost taken away from your physical form. And instead, you felt like you were just surrounded by deep blues and almost pitch blacks. And you feel like you're swimming. Not standing, but swimming. And your natural reaction is that. But you feel dry. There's no sense of water other than the sense that you're just kind of floating in space and kind of treading water. And it's a deafening silence until you hear the sound of, Karen knows this pretty well, an infant laughing, and then stopping in surprise. Just kind of cooing and and then that sort of dark blue, black, just darkness that you're surrounded by. You swear you start seeing a very, very large figure starting to kind of turn in that space to look at you. And as it's starting to kind of get a few of those details, you feel one of Merp's arrows stick into the side of you, and you do heal his full 18, right?
18, correct.
18 points of healing, and you come back to consciousness. All that shit happens, and Merp, at this exact same time as you fucking fly off the edge, you, exactly as the team pointed out, you don't get to see that you did a good job. But as this last shot goes off, Chitterick is haggard. He's coming apart at the seams, but at this point just kind of hit a feral point in his just mind frame. And as you're firing this off, he wasn't even looking at you. Instead, he was just kind of looking over Noel, likely waiting to kind of soul devour him as well. And where do you want to say you blast into him with your shot from?
He was just going center mass. He's just
center mass,
right for the sternum area.
So in the center of this just large, kind of almost barrel-chested body, your shot rips through one side and out the other, and it's almost like those movies where you slice someone in half and it takes a second for them to recognize it, but it blasts through him and he's still just leaning over Noel the whole time. And then the black ichor starts to kind of fall out in globs, and then pieces of him start falling out. And you see him kind of look down in time before he kind of like falls in two. And as he sort of writhes on the ground and almost unravels in front of you, his sort of beady eyes and his, where he used to sort of smoke the pipe and such, kind of reaching out for the apparatus of souls behind Noel at this point and between Helkatla. But as he reaches, none of the silver and blue and green that usually came to his call seems to do anything this time around. I'll see you in the abyss then, I guess. And with his dying breath, he grabs onto Noel, but he is currently fading. But Merp, that was your incredible turn. The other rat tides are still up, so we're not fully done yet, but it's looking much better, thankfully. Bunch of different things happen. Merp, are you? Do you get knocked prone? Yeah, you do get knocked prone. You
I 100% get knocked prone.
Okay, so that was your action, your bonus action. You still have movement, I believe, if you wanted to stand up.
And a bit of cheese, if it will. The subtle cricket, he would have to make a saving throw, but he's dead. Would he auto fail and get knocked off? Because it does push him back too. Yeah, I'll say that. So he reaches out for Noel's ankle and just kind of caresses him as he falls back. I'll say he lands in the water with a splash because of the distance and from where he was. So holy yeah. I'm sorry, Nubs is singing the song of his people in the background.
Yeah, Nubs.
I think I still have movement. Shit.
You do.
I
don't think you moved at all, so you can stand for half.
Bit by rats.
Don't move
yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, but there's rats here.
Sing it, Nubs. There's rats everywhere.
I can climb, but climb's at half anyway, right? Because I don't. So I can only get like halfway up the swell.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll stand up using his full, so he doesn't get advantage on these damn rats. And then, shit, I don't know where to go. Smart play is to go to the paladin. So there's two hulking brutes over here. He's gonna be okay here. He's gonna not to the edge because obviously them rats be biting. But he's gonna hang out there. That's in my turn. Thank you.
Okay, no fucking cinematic turn. We'll say the rats are up. The one on Bert are just gonna take their one bite because they are under half, so they're just gonna take their regular. Oh, it's an advantage. Oh God.
Can you stop?
Sorry.
Stop it.
All right.
That's 14. 1 second, please.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're good. And then the other ones are going to swarm Corvira as she arrives, and they immediately take
flame damage.
Wow, I rolled garbage. They take 3 points of fire damage as they kind of go to swarm her. They're going to attempt to attack.
That sounded dumb.
And they get both of theirs because they're both okay.
Yeah.
It's a natural 20 on her. Actually, wait, hold on. They're blind still, right? Because of something happened that they were blind. So they're technically disadvantaged.
Yeah.
So it's not a natural 20. So I'll just click the second one twice because the 20 hits her anyway. She's soaking up some damage for you guys. Good lord. Okay, so 42 points of damage. You guys just hear roaring anger in the middle of that swarm. But she's up. That's the end of their turn because that's all that's left. Bert, you are up. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that we were going to take a break at the top of this turn. I was like, isn't this it? This is it. Okay. So with this chaos, we're going to take a quick, let's just say, I'm going to hope 5 minutes. It's probably going to be 10, just because I do want us to finish this in a decent time. So we'll be back hopefully at 8:35, most likely at 8:40. I'll see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back.
Be wait for it.
Hello, we're back. We're going to be finishing up this fight. Although Merp just had the round of his life and saved one of his buddies and killed the BBEG in the same fucking round, and then failed a strike throw and got shot 10 feet back. But he's doing great. He's all right. Don't worry about it. It was all part of the plan. All right, so we're back at the top of the round. We have a few of the rat swarms that are still up, but that is essentially where we are at the moment. So, Bert, you are surrounded by rats. There's a lot of stuff happening outside of this, but you're surrounded by rats, and it is your turn.
Okay. Am I muted? No, I'm not. Okay.
No, you're not. We can hear you.
Okay, so let us once again swing on the rats.
Yes, let's go.
Reckless attack, and ambusher. Nope.
Yes, that does hit. No, that hits. They have a 13 AC.
Okay, sweet. 21.
Nice.
They still up? Okay.
Good time. Yeah, they are.
One more time. Nope.
Oh, it just misses. They need it's a 13 beta.
Reckless is advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, but he has disadvantage because he's swarmed by rats.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He's trying to hit the thing that's crawling all over him.
You know you can do a non-great weapon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We go big or go home, Nenners.
I'm just like you're
But when
rolling
you have
low.
when you have a permanent +4 thanks to a potion permanent for this fight, you're never going to get a -1 modifier to Great Weapon Master ever again.
Yeah, no, I agree. It just
All right, yeah, so that's my turn.
Okay, that's the end of your turn. Karen, you are back to consciousness and on the ground. Noel lays right next to you, unconscious.
Karen is going to stay there for a second. Like the cameras are gonna pan in and like the arrow shot hits, and for a second the audience is left wondering, is it too late? Before popping up like a spooked cat, just shoots 10 feet up in the air, lands on her feet. She has the athlete feet, so it only takes 5 feet of movement to get to her feet from prone. Fun fact. And she is going to whisper to herself, Eshu. And sort of finger her holy symbol around her neck, and quietly thank him for showing the way. Gonna look around, take stock of what's happening. Noel's down, but hasn't failed any death saves yet, so I'm guessing still breathing.
Yeah, he looks like he's kind of rolling over. He's not conscious, but doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, I will lock eyes with Helkatla, and just a silent, you got this? Before
she throws a chip in her mouth and good.
Before picking up her bat, and just moving. So 5, 10, 15, 20. That's a new person. We're gonna
that's true. Engulfed in flames.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And it's just gonna do a jump from that ledge to down here, and it's just gonna start swinging.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, it's probably not a flank situation because they're on him.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. You're kind of swatting them off of him, unfortunately. But
yeah, I'm not gonna take a -5 penalty, so hopefully this goes well.
Yep.
Here we are, quarterstaff, two-handed baseball bat.
Hits.
That'll do.
That'll do.
9 points of damage.
Still up.
We go again.
Oh,
Oh wait. Yeah, no.
That's a
That
natural
doesn't
one.
help.
Nope.
So we're
So
gonna
hurt.
take a bonus action and stomp them. Because that's gross.
Hey, there you go. And
14.
would you like to describe how Karen destroys the rat tide that is surrounding her companion?
Yeah, she's just gonna she tries to hit it with baseball bats, but it's really hard because she doesn't know how bad Bert is under there and doesn't want to hurt him. So she's being more gentle than usual because she doesn't know what state Bert's in. But at some point she just is able to shoo them onto the ground. And after that she'll just bunch of steps that'll just crush the remaining under her foot.
Very nice.
Yeah, with that's the action, bonus action. She'll just finish stomping, breathe heavy, look at Bert. Friend of yours? Yeah, with just a shrug, she's not gonna put herself in harm's way for stranger, so she'll use the rest of her I don't know 15 feet and go down the stairs just away from the swarm.
Gotcha.
And that's the turn.
Okay. Chitterick, who is down.
Why are you rolling con saves? He's supposed to be dead.
He gets to do one last thing before he goes down. Karen, moving into your position, you kind of unintentionally get a fantastic view of this as what's left of the body. It almost seemed like it was unraveling, but the top half from almost the pits up still seemed to be intact. And you could see the rat hands kind of clawing at the side of that part of that pedestal that leads upwards. Him attempting to kind of climb up the top, but he gets probably about 2 feet or so away from kind of pulling himself up to the top, still kind of reaching out. And this time it looks like he is not reaching for the apparatus, but instead is very much reaching for Noel. But at the end of that, the rest of his body seems to unravel and he does not make it to there. And he starts to just sort of kind of melt and disappear. But if his DC was 15, if he passed, he would be able to do his Soul Devour if he was in range of someone, which he was, but he missed it by 2, and thankfully no one's getting Soul Devoured as his last ditch effort. He has disappeared entirely.
With his last motions of trying to claw, Karen's just gonna lock eyes and give him a wink on his way out.
He's just kind of panicked, beady eyes looking your direction and just very frustrated that he did not get his first target down, especially. But that is the end of his turn. Noel rolled me a death save. Yeah, okay. And it is Corvira's turn, who is still kind of surrounded by rats at the moment. But she is going to take a second to kind of... Hold on 1 second. Let me just double check that I'm not crazy.
No. A death saving throw is a saving throw. And Helcatla's aura gives a bonus to saving throws. Foos, I'm not sure what you're doing here.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm teasing a little bit. But
he whispered me the save.
It's all secret.
So,
I'm not.
Correct. So
Could have been a nat 1, could have been a 19.
You also
Who
have that
knows?
potion pumping through your veins, so I hope you added your 4.
Wait, it keeps going? Oh, the 4 to the right.
He's dead. The
okay.
magic isn't.
Never mind. Correct. I thought you meant 4 healing. I was like, huh? I see what you mean now. I gotcha. All right. Yeah, she is. First thing she's going to do actually is use her threatening approach to. For those who are around, actually, that's almost everybody except for Helkatla and unfortunately Noel. You see the rats kind of swarming around something fiery, and they're kind of like getting burnt and like squeaking as they're there. But for a moment, the light kind of flares for a second, and you guys watch as like almost like a flash fire, something kind of erupts, and then something kind of moves in between and repositions to the other side of them. She can teleport up to 5 feet while in her phoenix form. So she's going to actually no, she's going to stay there. She's going to attack these guys while she's here.
They're blind and they can't do what else? What's that one?
Hold on a second. What did you say?
No, never mind. I'm asking questions aloud that I shouldn't bother you with. I apologize.
You're okay. Don't worry. Oh my God, was that a 1 and a 2 for that second whirl? Let's go. They are blind. Yes. It cannot smoke.
Yes. This is the non-smoking section of the map.
That and then
reaction.
Okay, so they are almost. Okay, I forgot. Does she get 1 or 2? She gets 3 because she's a chunky girl. All right, let's go. One more. All right, there you go. That last one kicks them into bloody territory, so they are not looking good anymore. That's another 15 points of damage. Doing the math. Okay. That's the end of her turn, but she kind of looks over her shoulder and is just, I assume she has that handled. Kind of looking back at Noel and Helkatla. But Helkatla, it is your turn.
She does. She's going to go up to Noel and kind of hug his head, but allow his face to breathe when he comes back up, and she's going to use Lay on Hands, and she's going to give him 18 points of heal as her action. And let's see. No, I can't do the bonus action. So she did her 1 movement, and she's just going to, let's see. Does that, okay, so that has him up, I'm assuming. And then she's going to go back down here to assist.
Okay.
Oh, no. I can't go that far. So yeah,
you can go to 30.
No, but I moved 1 up to get.
Oh, okay. Good
So
job keeping track of that.
25. I try. That's like one of 8 billion things that that you usually keep track of. So I appreciate you, Foozca.
You did
Okay.
good.
So she's gonna go up here to assist, and because the action, the bonus action, whatever, cries and paladin. Okay, so then that's all. Go ahead.
Noel, as you are coming to, you, much like Karen, we're not kind of in a physical disoriented space, headspace. Instead, you were transported to a strange, dark, and mostly bluish expanse that didn't seem to end. You didn't even know where it began. There didn't seem to be any light, but you could still kind of make out yourself. And you're swimming, you're pretty sure, but nothing's wet at the same time. You feel weightless and you feel comforted. And instead of sort of cooing and laughter, instead you kind of hear what you assume is like babbling of some kind. Very small child. Infant, most likely. And the water around you kind of starts moving as if something massive is moving around you and you're almost being displaced in this just expanse. And as you're kind of trying to react or trying to see what's going on around you, Helkatla's hugging your face and you are healed back to consciousness before she walks away.
No, she's like
runs away. But that was your experience. We'll get back to you on your turn. That was Hakala. That was your whole turn. The rats are done. Merp, you are up. Welcome back, Nutters.
All right.
I appreciate you being a Sith today.
Yeah, it was a Sith day. It's Monday. Fire at the rats. How do I heal
Every
myself?
Monday is a Sith day.
How are these rats looking?
Not great. Not like dying, like on death's door, but they're not good.
Are they swarming somebody? Am I at risk of stapling a rat to my teammate at this point?
No, there is nobody swarmed at the moment.
Okay, excellent.
Stapling rats to my teammates. The storm goes down and there's just like 2 rats.
Yeah, he's going to fire 2 rounds into this rat swarm.
You have advantage because they're blind.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's a lovely. Yep, I'm back, baby.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, no, I mean the 24 hits.
Oh, that's right. And yeah, okay. So we're fish for the crit. Why not? It's radiant has to go again, right? It's not actually radiant; it's a regular repeating one. But anyways, damage is the same.
7.
I had the freaking subtle cricket click. You can
wrong damn thing.
Yeah, ignore the 12. So that should be. All right, maybe not. Did it? I did roll 1d12. Why? I'm gonna re-roll that. Hold up. Or just remove the, because I don't see where the d12 is.
I don't see a d12 in there. Yeah, I just see a d6.
But that's still too high for. Yeah, I don't. I'm just gonna click it again.
It's good.
Oh, that shit. So why is it rolling a d?
Just roll a d12.
But it's not. It's a d6. It's a hand crossbow. Math is all wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the first one did roll a. Okay. I see what you're talking about. It's the first one.
Yeah, look, numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you.
There it is.
I see.
Yeah,
hey, go.
Anyway.
It's a 12 anyway. After all that, okay.
So 19 total.
Okay, 19. A rat boy. They're still up, but they're looking real bad.
He's gonna get out of rat baddie range.
Okay.
And just kind of like see if he can jump and peek and see if his homie is up. See.
No standing yet? I don't think you're tall enough to see that, unfortunately.
Okay, that is place like an idiot for a bit, but yeah. That's
sounds good. Yeah, it's the end of your turn. The rat tide, in their desperation, are going to swarm once again, and they can only make 1 bite because they are at half or less. So they're going to make 1 swarm bite on Helkatla with advantage. They're also getting burned because they swarmed her and she's on fire.
Oh, that's
so they take 5 points of damage because I'm rolling garbage for them, or for her. Actually, I'm rolling garbage or pretty well for everybody else. But Helkatla, you are going to get attempted hit the button, Foos.
Oh my gracious!
Yeah, 24 will hit. You take 11 points of piercing as they swarm you. That's all I got because they can't take 2 bites anymore because there's very few of them left. Bert, you are up.
All right, let's see how many misses I get this time.
This time, Reckless will actually be advantage.
That's true. Yeah, Reckless will actually be advantage.
So let's rush up to the rat attacking the pale lady here.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Reckless attack, and let's go with advantage. Swing the big ass axe.
Hey, that's it.
Nice. Okay, let's see what we get.
Mm-hmm.
22.
Yeah. How would you like to destroy this second pile of rats? And I think it's the exact same spot as the other ones who died. So 2 piles of rats dead in the same spot.
Okay. So in my mind, he would have been frustrated by the fact that he kept missing all the rats earlier. So what you see him is just him swinging this axe just frantically at the ground, going,
and he just seems to kind of stomp them all out, essentially, with his axe flailing and the rat body pieces just kind of flying around. It is the first time in a while, especially since you guys have walked in here, but a sense of quiet kind of sweeps over the group for the first time since you guys have like walked in here. The only thing kind of still making any kind of noise is the orcish woman who is still on fire at the moment. But for the purposes of enemies on this map, you guys are no longer in combat. Music is still hype. I know. We just finished. Then is you hype right now?
There is
It's funny 'cause
one
you're like-
invisible rat
Mhm.
left.
There is, but nothing is happening as silence kind of hits the group and what is happening to on your reactions to what is happening. Essentially, words are hard. But as you guys are kind of reacting, realizing that there's no more threats on the battlefield, Corvira, just the large orcish woman, looks over everyone. I was worried I wasn't going to make it in time, but you all seem okay.
We almost weren't. Thank you.
I saw. She kind of like looks over the edge at Noel. What is Noel doing at this moment?
I mean, mechanically, he couldn't get up yet, but
No, I know.
now I'm just gonna like. There's the vestiges of adrenaline are there, but also there's pretty clearly nothing. Like we're all just chit chatting all of a sudden, so that's going away. So there's just a lot more feeling the you got beat up and died
Okay.
in my bones.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna get. It's gonna be a process to stand up and just get on my feet, but I'm gonna do that and then just kind of survey
Okay.
and
So it's
see
kind
the
of
room as
quiet
it is.
at the moment.
Yeah, I think that Karen is still gonna be like tense on guard. This thing is like 15 feet away. And Karen has really good ears. I feel like Karen would be able to be like, we still have one more problem. Like especially, yeah. Merp's like within 30 feet of this thing, so probably like the lantern light is able to hit it.
Mhm.
So I think that she's gonna like look up to the orcish lady and say, don't put down your guard yet. Are you like a fire elemental? I've never seen anything like this before. You can answer that later. We still have company. If you could, you seem like a muscled individual. Maybe you and Bert could lift our one remaining guest out of the lake and remove his helmet.
Sure. She looks a little confused, but kind of puts her sword or the javelin she had out away and kind of walks over to the edge. And you see her kind of lean over and look down. And just because of the height difference, it's a little hard to make out the humanoid rat that is there. But you can see that she seems to be staring at something before reaching in. And a part of you is expecting to hear like an extinguished sound as she's still on fire. But no smoke or any sound like that seems to kind of come out. But you see her reach in and then pull out a rat demon that you very much remember looks very similar to Hinga, and sort of sets it down, and it just seems to kind of stare at everybody. It's not quite in a daze or a stun, but it just doesn't seem to know what to do.
Karen will sort of go up and try to yank the helmet off.
You see it kind of like immediately kind of pull away from your hands for a second, but then just kind of wait after the initial reaction. But you do manage to pull the whole helmet off. And again, there's a little bit of resistance, not even from the hands or the body, but just from that. And as you pull it off, you watch as thick braided hair kind of tumbles out from the helmet, and the human form of a woman kind of looks up at you. And in kind of the same panic that you saw from Hinga washing over her face as she just kind of lunges forward. She's probably a middle-aged woman who looks like someone of the working class and is constantly using her hands and just seems to be in the attire that she slept in, just kind of a simple nightgown, but wraps her arms around you and is just, oh my God, thank you so much. Just immediately starts weeping and just clutching onto you as hard as she could or can. And as this is happening, Noel, as you're having kind of like a moment to take in that you were knocked out, like some bad stuff happened, everyone's kind of okay, and they're talking, so everything seems to be all right, and you're in this space. You start to kind of hear that sort of cooing sound again in the corner, like right behind you, pretty much. And as you turn around, you recognize that this sort of silvery ball of light and souls, as you have come to recognize from the Chitterick who had been harnessing this power, you're kind of starting to make out the reflection of a face. A very young one, very cherub in its features, but it seems to be staring back at you.
I'm gonna put my sword away just so Fountain Face knows I'm not going to stab it.
Fountain
Face!
Just slowly, like I'm intrigued and confused. Just whoop, that's and then just kind of quietly, like, just go wave at it. I don't know for sure it can talk, so I don't want to talk first because then I look dumb. I'm also just exhausted.
I don't have the energy to do much more than wave. Very quietly, you hear a childish giggle in response, just as it stares at you.
Is this normally what's here? I'm just looking around, like there's nobody right next to me to confirm if this is normal.
Helkatla is on her way, I believe.
Yeah, well, I've tried to move before. I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to move up here.
You're allowed all the places you want.
I was moved away.
You're okay, girl. It's just like everything was happening very quickly, so like by the time you would have moved, it would have been after what was happening there. So I didn't want it to seem like you were already there. So that's why I was like, give it a second, just wait a moment.
So Helkatla is just gonna, notice the baby and kind of.
Actually, you do not see the baby at all.
I don't see the baby. Okay,
no.
So then she's just gonna go up to you and, just kind of check on you and just, look over and, I guess sort of lift whatever she can. Like if it's your sword arm, she's gonna lift it and like check your body just to see if she got all of the proper heals, and then say, how do you feel?
I was just staring now with this arm being lifted up just at the thing and just gonna acknowledge I'll survive. I would gather thanks to you, so thank you.
Of course. I'm sorry I wasn't there earlier.
You were. We were all here. Here's a collective place and a collective time. And miraculously, no one perished, so no apologies necessary.
It was almost, though. You were out for a while. Did you see anyone when you were out?
Yes, I'm just going to point at the...
You saw the glowing thing.
But
the glowing thing?
We're going to squint at it now. With mild suspicion.
The infant's face squints back at you.
All right. So...
What's happening?
Am I the only one that can see you, or do you just pick and choose on an individual basis?
But everyone sees you.
What? Oh, not you, not me. Them.
Them?
Well, it's just a face. I can't.
face.
I could hazard a guess, but them.
I will cut away from you guys for just a moment, just to kind of get back at the other team. Murph, you said you were applying first aid to folks.
Yeah. So anyone, but unfortunately, the big man over there, and obviously Helkatla. I can't do him again because it's only once per day. So just he's holding people up, bandaging bite wounds and cleaning stuff out, and there's just the smell of antiseptic and Neosporin and bandages on everybody who's willing, which basically gives a bunch of people some hit points.
I mean, you can't put some bandages on them to not make them feel left out.
I can't put. You can only do it once per.
Hey.
So we'll say, Bert's right there, so I'll give that to Bert. So you get 10 back. And Karen gets 9 back. Merp also gets 9 back. And that's essentially what he's doing while you guys are doing that.
Okay. Bert, is there anything you are doing or want to do? Otherwise, I'm going to hop over to Karen, who's getting love bombed.
Yeah, and I go for it.
Okay. Karen, this woman has latched onto you. It does not seem keen on standing up or moving right now, and is just kind of a puddle of tears, sobs, and hugs.
Yeah, Karen. Karen is convinced that the figure she saw turning to her was Eshu, the god that she has prayed to and found since she came here. And so she sort of like takes the holy symbol off of her neck and sort of like holds her back, like gently but firmly, like holds her back and says, don't thank me. Thank him. And she will place the holy symbol in her palms. And sort of says, you don't need to worry. We're going to get you out of here. And back to your family. But right now, I do need to check on a friend that was a little bit unconscious a little earlier. Don't worry. This friendly, the 7-foot-tall gout of fire is friendly. You can trust in her. She's okay. And she's gonna turn around, just jump up onto the next platform, and check in on the leader, the leader of this band. See what's up. Does Karen notice a baby face?
Karen, as you are walking up, you also hear the infant laughter and turn to see a face looking at you in the center of this.
Oh, that was you.
That was me, what?
Oh, not you. You. She points to the light.
Ah, so it's not just me.
What?
Oh, no, it's you. Not you or you. It's you.
Well, no, I know who you're referring to. I'm saying it's not just me seeing the person, the entity you're referring to.
I'm
And
glad you're
seems
not
unable-
dead. No.
What? Oh, no, it's fine.
Pardon me.
She'll turn and say, this your house?
And
This
just
where
kind
you
of
live?
tilts
So
its
far,
head and
I'm
just
unable to get a
laughs again.
response that's verbal.
The rat didn't. The rat was trying to do something to you, right?
You see the eyes just kind of blink at you.
Or did the rat bring you?
Huh?
Right.
I cannot stand children. Um,
I have 7.
A child?
Um,
Where?
oh,
What?
you can't see the child. There's a face in the light. It's a
Oh.
child's face. It's babbling.
What's-
And it makes me very uncomfortable.
Do I know anything local lore wise about this place and this time and what this face might mean?
and
That's the old
also,
fishing line being cast. That's what that was.
with that,
throw me a fucking bone here.
can Helkatla also be like, with that information and the glowiness, can she like try and search her data banks for any kind of religious sort of god that's a baby?
For all of you, those who are native, Karen, who has lived most of her life here, and most of you who have visited but kind of known a little bit about the lore, the culture of what's going on, you have never heard about a baby? Not
Baby
a god baby? This is unusual for all of you. And Helkatla and Merp, actually, I think Merp would catch it first just because you are lower to the ground. Between the feet of Karen and Noel, you see a folded piece of parchment, one between each of their legs.
Oh no.
Before he looks at that, the lantern of revealing, does it reveal anything?
Nope.
Manners knows what this is, but Merp does not.
Yeah.
Merp, did you drop something? Last will and testament. Were you writing?
No, but I'll bend down and pick this up.
As does Karen.
As the two of you open
Hold
this
on,
up
let me,
in
whip out.
there it is. As the two of you open up these folded pieces of parchment in beautiful handwriting, written in common, you read, Karen is promised. And Noel, you read, Noel is promised.
Eh?
I'm gonna look at the bag.
It's blank.
What is it? What is it?
Does Karen recognize anything about, like, Karen has had like some dealings, not a lot, but some dealings with like demon lords. Does that have any significance?
Not to this, unfortunately.
Promised. Got it.
But apparently I've been promised something. I assume by you. See, the difficulty is I don't know if you require further assistance because you cannot speak, it would seem. And I would very much like to leave this place. But if you are in need of further help, I don't want to abandon you here. So, if there's some way you could give some sort of positive affirmation to indicate that everything is well, that would be excellent.
And as you're hearing the laughter, the pillar of flame that was this woman just kind of dies down, kind of recedes into her body until you see a towering pillar of muscle that makes up this orcish woman's body. Her hair is very long and braided and kind of pulled back away from combat or whatever she might be trying to do. Not a lot of clothing, most likely a barbarian of some kind, just does not believe in armor, but looks like a decent amount of weapons on her. But she seems to have been staring, especially at Noel and Karen. And after the laughter kind of dies down for the two of you, you see her look towards the center where the two of you are staring, and then back at you. I have come to find that promised means you will have a second chance at life.
Oh, well, that certainly, very much so. After, yes. Well,
Not here.
Oh.
Not now. I have a lot to explain. And I'm very confused as to what happened just now. And she kind of stares back at the center of this. But for now, maybe we should find a way out of here and save the rest.
I suppose if you want to drop that you have much to explain, then explain nothing. That is fine. I can certainly wait. I don't have
I
questions.
will explain on the way.
Excellent. That's good. Excellent compromise. Yes, I suppose if we want to do a lap, as it were, with the lantern and find any other individuals so afflicted, remove
Just-
their helmets.
Casually do a lap. All right. So from here, I unfortunately have to kind of paraphrase just so we can get done at a decent time. But to wrap up essentially what has happened here and where the adventurers are going to be taken, doing a lap with the lantern, you're able to kind of pluck and free plenty of other helmets. And towards the end, you have about 17 or so various citizens of the city just in various states of distress as they kind of recognize everything that has been happening. And it's about when you pluck the final helmet that is kind of a little bit further away, so none of you are as close to this sort of pedestal situation as you were, and this just hole that seems to be in the middle of this platform. But all of those pieces of those sort of stones and gems, and then that greenish silvery centerpiece seems to just kind of fold in on itself very neatly and very softly, and then kind of descends into that pit that's in the center of that platform. It's strange, but it seems very peaceful in some way. And as it kind of recedes into this darkness, you all start watching as the water starts to recede as well. And you're not sure where it's going. There doesn't seem to be a hole, or you can't hear the water rushing through anything else, but it all just seems to kind of go down. And it takes probably 15, 20 minutes or so before the sewers are dry. And as you walk, Corvira explains to the best of her ability that she has lived numerous lives. And every time she comes to a new body, it's like she's merged with someone else. It's not fully her, but it's her and someone else. And they share the same experiences. And when she passes from body to body, sometimes she retains their abilities. One of those bodies was very good friends with a phoenix, and she carried on that ability to her orcish form. In other bodies, she was much smarter. In other bodies, she was much faster. This body is particularly strong, and she uses it to the best of her ability. But for her, it has never skipped a generation. Someone in her family has always come back again and again and again. She doesn't exactly know why, and she's trying to find out why. Mostly because of her son. And she knows he is promised. But explaining all of this, she mentions to Noel and to Karen that if you die, you will come back, but it will not be 100% you.
Hey.
So, dropping
This is
all
too
of this-
much. Like, we're too much for. Like, Karen's gonna process that later.
I'm listening to it now, but I can't I can't give you very much right now. But in trying to keep this at a good time,
give her her card and tell her to come back later.
Come back
Business
another
hours,
time.
please.
Depending on how much more needs to be said to Noel, he's going to devolve into a semi-conversation, semi-monologue about how much are you really coming back as yourself if you're also someone else, and where one person's experience ends and the next begins, and the nature of being and existence. It's very intriguing.
she She speaks back to you and like kind of explains to the best of her ability. And you can kind of tell there are moments where she's frustrated because it seems like she would be able to explain better had she not been limited by her physical form. The int on this form is not terribly high, but she's trying. But she has a conversation with you. And Merp, I'm sorry, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, he's just, if you're not going to keep the note, Merp will take it for experiments.
I mean, I'm
Magic
just
in
gonna
nature.
get confirmation. And like, I mean, I don't need the note, do I?
It will always find its way back to you.
Merp.
Yeah, Karen's gonna like keep her note, like tuck it in her bra, and sort of like as they're walking and as Noel is doing that rambling thing again, I think she's just gonna like rest her head on Helkatla's shoulder, and like put her arm around her and just walk back home.
Yeah. She would lead you to Mukami's. Obviously, if you wanted to break off and go somewhere else, you're welcome to. But Mukami is so relieved that everybody is alive. And gives you double the money that she promised. And is simply... She looked more stressed than anything else. And seeing everybody walking, you can see that she nearly bursts into tears the second you guys walk in. But in her sort of eccentric, kind of excited, usual tone, gives each of you hugs and is a little breathless and tense, but is happy that you are all alive. And tells you that maybe leave this to the guards next time. But at the same time, relieved that you guys all saved the city. And with that, I will have to call this to a close so we don't go too much longer. So...
Why don't you one experiment?
One experiment! All right, go for it.
Can I roll up the note, put it in like a tube, put it on like a table, and see if it like compasses towards
Nope.
Noel?
It does not seem to move.
Damn. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
That's the end of my experiment. Oh, you guys, that was awesome. Thank you guys so fucking much for being an amazing cast. Thank you guys for watching and going on this little adventure with us. Because this is kind of the end, I'm just going to let everyone take a moment to kind of introduce themselves again, and then we'll let you know where you can find us, either on this channel or on others. But we're going to go through everybody one more time. So once again, I am Foos, the DM. I also DM on Saturdays, Difficult Terrain, which is the main campaign that takes place in the same city that they are, kind of doing an offshoot for. That was Task Team M. And then on Fridays, I'm a player in Nenners' campaign where he's the DM. And it's so much fun. But yeah, we're here. And it's wonderful. So I'm going to pass it off to Kit because I know you're sleepy. I'm trying to get you out of here. So, Kit, what's up, man?
Hello, I'm Kit. I once again the guy with the camera. I played Bert. I don't know if I did much this session. I feel kind
You
of
did a lot. You did a lot.
Consistently did crazy damage to rats.
Yes.
Yes, you got the
Yes.
rest off of the rest of us.
Even
That's
if all you did
invaluable.
was take the hits, that's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also doubled as a very powerful fan. I appreciated that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I had a great time. Thank you so much, Foos.
Thank you.
All right, Vogly, take it away.
Oh, thank you. I am Vogly, Vogel, or Vogelstadel. You will find me pretty much only on this channel because I have a 9-to-5 job. And I also play on what?
She's acting like she's got the only 9-to-5 job. I have one too. You can fucking find us on other places too.
I didn't mean to act like that. I didn't didn't. That was not the intention.
She out here like my 9 to 5 is more important than theirs, and that's why I can't do nothing. They're losers. They got lots of free time,
I didn't.
but I don't.
Yeah, very important.
Well, they definitely have more energy than I do. So
Sorry, what?
I have more energy than I do. And let's see. Yeah, so I'm on this channel, and I'm on Saturday with difficult terrain. Yay. I'm gonna pass it off to somebody who does other things other than I do, and maybe also has a 9 to 5 job. I'm gonna pass it on to Joe.
I mean, 7:30 to 4, but we get the picture.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm Joe. I guess I should also start saying, I mean, it's now literally the latest possible time to say, but I'm also Microcosmic God, so in the chat and in the Discord, I'll be around. But on Sundays, Dispel Logic on Twitch, we play Dungeons and Dragons. It's a grand old time. We're in Dwarven Stronghold doing dwarven things at the moment, and check them out on Fridays as well, because that campaign is good. I'm just not in it, but that doesn't mean it's not good. And you can also find me on Anita's social needs. And then Anita.
Yes. I have been hacked. If anyone knows like
IT
how
guy?
to
Too late.
unhack computers, please.
Oh, no.
I
Seriously? What
don't.
Really?
Um,
Oh shit.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
This is a
Oh,
bit
Jesus
that
Christ.
Joe and I have done
Oh.
together. Because we rib each other from time to time. It is all in good fun, audience. No need to worry. My name is Anita. I'm really cool. You can find me at Anita the Lesbian on Twitter and TikTok if you want to see me doing cool stuff. Some of the cool stuff that I do is happening this week on Thursday at 2:00. I will be in a animal critter. It's a humble something.
Humblewood.
Humblewood campaign. I will be playing a goat named Billie Jean. And she gets mad and hits things. So that'll be fun.
2 p.m. EST or 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
And then 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be GMing a thing of my own. Invincible Sword Coven, Magical Girls, Revenge. I love the vibes. I have a stellar cast. We're doing great things. Check that out on Girls Run These Worlds, the Twitch channel there. And also at Girls Run These Worlds YouTube. Soon you will see Foozca and I and Nenners have a finale for the Claws of Cosvena arc. I do a lot. And now, last but certainly not least, we have the MVP of this session, truly. I would vote for this man twice if we were still voting.
Yeah.
But the person who saved Karen's life, saved everyone's lives. Truly, thank you for not trusting Foos and being a healer anyway. Foos, I love you. Like, we'll collaborate again. I'm sure of it. We are not friends anymore.
We're still not friends,
You've
goddammit.
done too much. Bridges have been burned. But I'm getting sidetracked. Nenners, it's all you, buddy.
Thank you. I'm Nenners, a frequent victim of Foozie's campaigns, which are usually on Saturdays, sometimes on Mondays, which is really rough for me. But I'm here anyway.
Yes, you are.
And a couple Thursdays, it was all over the place. But yeah, I'm pretty much here. You can catch me here on Friday, where I'll be actively killing my party, sadly, because of some not so good decisions made by some people. So you can catch
it
that
was literally just Flandy. It was literally just Flandy. Everyone else was fine. You're it was not bad decisions by people. Get the fuck out here.
You
See, even Fias.
Flandy's not here to defend himself. I mean, he's in chat.
I don't give a
but
shit.
I mean,
can
he
use
is. No,
Flandy,
he's
and
up
I'm on
there.
your team.
It's literally only Flandy.
But yeah, I'm usually here, hanging out, doing some stuff. Apparently, we were on weekends off. We just game for obscene amounts of hours, so that happens. That was good times.
7.5 hours that one time.
I think so. I think that's it, right? That we got everybody covered. I believe everyone's. Did I miss anyone?
No, I don't think so, right? Okay. Yeah,
But yeah.
we're good.
I think Foozie wants to end this, so I'll stop rambling.
Oh no, yeah, you're good. The only thing, only two more things I'm gonna say. We're gonna be raiding, and I feel like I've raided them before, but maybe it was when I was on Girls Run These Worlds. But we're gonna go raid Wild and Out because that's a great name, and I've definitely raided them before, and it sounds so familiar. The other thing I'm going to say, I will talk it over with the cast and make sure everything's good. But I do want to have a wrap up for this thing. So maybe next week for like an hour. We might just come back and talk a little bit if everybody's free, but I'll keep everyone posted on any ideas for that or what's going on. So we don't have any definite schedules out, but I will let you know.
It's not going to be an hour. You know.
It's just no, like this I would keep sure. I gotta. It's harder when it's role play and stuff because people will just keep going, and that's great, and I love it. But we're gonna go raid Feywild and Out, show them some love. They got some really cool artwork and a nice, diverse looking cast. So let's go. Show them some love, and thank you once again for being here. Bye-bye.
Bye.